How's it going, boys? Let's fucking go. How's everybody doing today? Today we're gonna be doing some more homebrew Godbound The Erased campaign. It is our 5th episode. Feels weird to say 5th. When
Last
we've
time
been
we
doing
played was like 3 days ago.
it's like 3 days ago, yeah.
I'm dying inside.
But now we're back to our regularly scheduled programming. Right now, we just got back from a whole story arc. We just got some development. It's been very, very good. We just got a level up. Things are going splendid.
And now I'm gonna send you to Brazil.
Exactly, we're going straight to Ohio.
Oh yeah, no, it's Ohio now.
But boys, I think I'm as ready as anyone else. Let's get this shit started. Alright, so I'm ready whenever you are. I'm ready whenever you are, buddy. You may begin.
Alright. Sorry, I had to respond to someone real fast. Okay, so last time you had, you pushed back the enemy nation, securing your borders, making Papa proud. Everything was all good and all fine. Now you're resting your weary bodies, as well as for a little, at least like a month or so, probably, a little while. Giving you boys some more training. And for their excellent deeds, each of them were bestowed upon an item. Azeroth didn't need anything too flashy or fancy. He was simply given the bracers from the massive knight, making him stronger and hit far harder than he hit before. Whereas your boy Cole was given a beautiful red scale cloak that makes him immune to fire. They both trained hard. Azeroth now blasting through hordes even faster, as his mere presence can kill mortals. Cole, besides his magic going to a new level, going from simply elementary spells of level 1 up to level 2. Moderately increasing his power, but also gaining a new versatility as he started to learn from the priests around the temple. Learning to cast divine magic with his quite odd aptitude. Now to that month of rest, relaxation, and training, which I know sounds like an oxymoron, don't worry about it. Your father calls you forth once again with a job.
Of course.
You're walking towards his room. What do you do?
I will go ahead and head on up towards his quarters. I will go up there. I will give a little nod to the same guard I've been giving a nod to for like the last 3 times I've been up here.
Now, Kun.
Yeah, now Kun, but he still doesn't know his name.
Mm-hmm.
He remembered it the one time on a passing remembrance. Never remembered it again. Not via lack of trying, but every time it comes up, he just keeps forgetting. So he's playing it off cool.
And what no one knows, or the boss does not realize, is that Azeroth and Now have weekly sparring matches. Yeah.
Good. He needs to train.
Mm-hmm.
As they go ahead and let me in, I will make my way up towards my father. What do I see?
Your father, like usual, he's just kind of in his chair, reading through his papers. He sees you enter. He takes off his glasses, his reading glasses. He puts them down. He stands up. Just give me 1 second, several times. Let me just turn up my notifications to a certain server real fast.
James.
3 hours. I'm not sorry. A certain group chat real fast.
James, the scuff. Turn off thine Discord.
Normally, this is not an issue. Anyway. Scuff stream. As usual, it's fine. So, your father looks to you. I said God damn it, don't DM me instead, fuck's sake.
James, shut the fuck up. Go.
It's not my fault. He looks to you. He tells you that a group of the church's missionaries have been captured by mercenaries in, in a nearby foreign land, to which the god of said land is friendly with, with your father in the church. So it's to go there and provide escort for the missionaries and eliminate any of the hostiles. But please do not, harm the innocents of the towns or anything over there. We do want a good relationship with this country's god. They are it's a goddess of mercy and compassion.
Hold on,
So she is.
Hold on, I'm sorry. Can you restate that? Because it sounded like you were giving exposition, and then you just cut straight to dialogue. So I'm sorry. Can you restate that? So I'm.
Oh no, all that was exposition. I said a group of mercenaries has been a group of missionaries have been captured by mercenaries in a foreign land. Your job is to go there, provide escort for the missionaries, and eliminate any hostiles, but don't harm the innocents, as you and your father want. The church wants a good relationship with the country's god. And I was just explaining what kind of god she is. She's a goddess of mercy and compassion, so she has no qualms with your father. And having her be friendly is an easy way to be able to move through her territory, as well as any kind of humanitarian aid that might be needed at any point.
Okay, so this is primarily just like a travel thing for the junction.
Yes.
Okay.
It's just explanation of where you're going and where your job is going to be there. So your father, he tells you the job. What do you say?
So I'm gonna go ahead and take a look over at him and go, so this group here, since they've been taken, what should I do necessarily about their captors? Should we capture them? Waste them? What is exactly the preferred method?
Eliminate them. If they're hostile, then leave no trace. If you can find who gave the order to capture our missionaries, then do so.
He nods. Alright. So go to this land. Go ahead and head over to where they're being captured. Rescue them and destroy their captors.
Correct.
Can handle that.
It should be an easy job, but it should give you valuable experience in working with other churches, as not all of them are our enemies.
I see. And what plans do we have for this other god's kingdom? It seems they are quite, as far as the disposition, I don't know necessarily what they may benefit to us besides some minor aid here and there, besides passage through that kingdom.
Having a god of mercy and compassion on your side can be quite useful, as their unique abilities. And the ones that follow the Godbound and the blanks that choose to follow them tend to be quite good support when luck is not on your side.
I see. Alright, well, I don't necessarily know what their powers are necessarily, but I'll take your word for it. I can only hope that this union, if we can forge one, will actually lead to some beneficial progress in our other missions. Because if they are unable to truly benefit us in any way, I fear that our effort spent on them may very well be pointless. But you know how I feel about other deities' lands.
He gives a small chuckle. It's a place I've been to before. The people there are quite nice. And their Priests and paladins are quite adept at healing and defense. That is what they offer. For what they've asked for, they haven't quite asked for anything yet. It seems as though they are trying to form some kind of bond with us before asking. So if you are able to find what is going on, to try to figure out why they want to forge a bond with us, then do so.
I see. Marvelous. Then, I suppose, we will see what they are to offer. I will try and be diplomatic if I come across the opportunity to be. But we will have to see how it goes. I guess I will head out as soon as I can. Will you be arranging me a portal to go straight into their lands to fulfill this mission, or am I going to have to go ahead and trek all the way there? If that is the case, I will need a map.
He nods one of the priests. They bring you a map. They answer you with it seems like a normal map, but with basically, marked where you need to go. It's a land that borders ours. It's not a particularly large country, nor is it particularly far, although it is in the opposite direction as you went before. You'll be sending a cart with you as well to help you get the missionaries back, or to help you load up the missionaries in case you need to travel with them.
And just for my own knowledge, I'm just trying to remember to make sure, because my brain was trying to focus a lot on the other god's territory. Do we have to find this the individuals that are captive, or do we already know their location at the moment?
They are captured.
But we don't know.
What general, what town they're captured near, but you're not sure who or where they are.
Okay.
Who captured them or where they are.
Okay, so it's going to be a lot of info gathering.
Yes.
Okay. Gotcha. All right, that's fine. So basically gives me a map with the city that we have intel for, that they should be generally in, over there. All right, that's fine. Okay. I'll take a look through it as I go. I very well may be able to take myself and my men, but it might be better inside this set of circumstances to leave Chance and Hans back home. Steve may very well need to be shrouded. Do we happen to have any rings or necklaces or amulets? Anything at all that has the spell Disguise Self on it? Or even Alter Self, preferably, but...
You see him nod to one of the priests once again. Head on to the armory. We'll see what we have.
I'm guessing the priest just kind of fucks right off.
Okay. Yeah, you see him run off with, check the armory, see what they have down there. See if they have what you need.
Thinking to myself, I'm gonna sit there for just a moment mulling over a plan as I take a look down at the map once more, just kind of squinting, furrowing my brow a little bit as I say, alright, and with Steve disguised, because I doubt we have enough supplies spare to go ahead and shroud Chance and Hans. This might be a low-man mission, at least for now. I'm sure it wouldn't take me really any real issue to bring golems with me, but I fear that they might get in the way. But I know Cole and Ezerath will be perfectly fine.
As you're mulling this over, the priest comes running back in with a small ring.
Nice.
He can't bow as he gives it to Steve. We didn't have an item that would have that particular spell on it, but this one has a divine gift on it that should replicate a similar effect.
Ah, so an artifact. Alright. That'll do as well. As long as it can shroud the physical form, he shouldn't alert anybody. And myself, I suppose I will just have to fashion myself a traditional glove.
As you think that, the runic glove glows for a second as it shifts into a leather glove spanning up your arm.
Oh wow, holy shit. Alright, that's convenient.
Yeah, remember I said this item grows with you and basically what design is
as I sit there and just kind of like let go of the map with one hand, still holding it the other, it looks over, it's like, oh well, that is convenient. But, all right, fair
Your
enough.
father chuckle once more. He does always give very particular gifts. They're always quite useful and quite intuitive.
Nice. Well, that will solve that issue. Myself, for the rest of me, should be perfectly fine. Cole should be perfectly alright, and so should Ezrath. As far as the others, we may want to use just normal draft horses for the time being. If I need to summon the Haunces, I can fashion them myself. But I feel like they would draw far too much attention. So I guess I'll head down to the stables and procure myself enough horses just for at least this little excursion. I will do my absolute best to keep them from, well, being lost, to say the least. But if push comes to shove, I will purchase new ones inside the city before I leave. Or at the very least, come back with Haunces. If I cannot procure any for whatever reason. But I suppose that will be an issue if it comes up. I guess...
If you need...
Oh, go ahead.
If you need to summon them, then you can. But do try to avoid it. I don't want to cause too much of a commotion there.
That is what I'm thinking as well. And I suppose it would be best to keep my power under wraps almost entirely. What is the state inside that kingdom as far as blanks are concerned? I know I haven't studied too heavily on the affairs of other nations, aside from remedial geography.
Godbound priests, their paladins, as well as their blanks, are all seen as, well, how we would see missionaries. They're seen in a positive light. As long as you're not violent towards them, they would likely see you not with fear, but with some degree of admiration. They believe gods and such to be divine and mostly righteous.
I see. So they don't have any persecution at all against foreigners?
No, unless you show yourself to be, well, aggressive, like our neighbors to the south. The ones you fought previously.
I see. I would only assume that that god and this one don't quarrel nearly as much. I can understand why those beacons of light would assault us so, but I guess we showed them now, didn't we? But anywho, I think I have a moderate game plan. I will not disappoint you, Father. I can promise you that.
He walks over to you, puts a hand on your shoulder. I'm sure you would do well, my son.
Oh, yes, and I wanted to inform you. Cole's progression is coming along quite nicely. He is still remedially new to quite a lot of the magic that I've tried to show him, but he's studying quite well. In fact, I myself have taken quite a fond interest in evocation. I have tried my very best to study alongside of him inside the library. I haven't quite done everything, but I am trying to pick up a thing here or two. After studying for quite a little while longer in the library, I think after my excursions and in this newfound power that I have acquired, I think a new wave of understanding has come across my mind. Also, the new skills I have perfected over the last little while. My Shadow of Moil, the spell that I managed to pick up during my journey out on the front lines. I feel like I've been able to evolve it, push it a little faster. If I steal the space in the air using the weave around me, using the moil, I can step upon it and float. I feel like it will be useful in getting over obstacles. And as well, as you may have heard, my fondness of concussion magic has proven to be quite formidable. So, combining the two, I feel like obstacles will be much less of a challenge to me now. So I can only hope that after this month of training, me, myself, Cole, and Ezerath, we all can benefit greatly from spending more time at home. The library is vast, and the guards here are quite skilled. Good for Ezerath, and the library good for myself and Cole. Get some good personal time hands-on, outside of the field. But I feel like broadening their horizons with this might be very good. The battlefield can only teach you so much. Diplomacy will be needed. So I think I'm excited for this. I have to test myself in a different way. What is the rules of engagement if it does break down? Say, for example, if we come across a formidable foe, much like a parasite guard, or some other weird machination of the weave, or outer plane. Am I allowed, per se, to not run rampant, but defend myself as needed? Or should I fall back and retreat whenever possible? Obviously outside of defeating the captures.
If something hostile comes up like that, then a major threat like that, just do your best to annihilate it.
I understand.
As long as no innocents die in the as long as you don't kill any innocents or sacrifice any innocent lives, they should be okay with it. And I think they'd be quite grateful as well. It could help build our alliance.
Oh, yes, and I wanted to ask, so I knew what I should say. Should I go as under disguise and alternative names, unless I speak with the more upper echelon of that people, or should I keep it fairly open and honest from the get-go? How discreet do you want me to be, Father?
The border guards and... Give me 1 second. The border guards and the head priest of the local church of the town you're going to know you are coming and know who you are, so you don't need to lie to them, but it will probably be best, or it might be best, to use your normal name, as most would not recognize it, and once the word spreads of the good deeds you've done, it could make you a saint in their country. If you... well, it makes make you more known.
I see. So discretion isn't necessarily the most important thing. Okay, well, I can work with that. Gives me a little bit more freedom. Alright, well, I feel like I am ready. If that is all, Father, I'd like to be on my way.
He nods to you, pats you on the back, and goes, "Be safe, my son."
I will do my best. With my companions and myself, I feel like we should be alright. I will station Chance and Hans by the sanctuary, so they can defend it, as well as any of the other priests who are normally stationed as well. If something is to occur where I need to rush back, they should be a good final line of defense.
He nods to you. Them being here, we much appreciated. Even if all they do is spar with the guards, it gives both parties good training.
I guess. He nods. I'm just gonna go ahead and give him a polite, acknowledging, like, half bow and just start heading on out.
Alright. God damn. I told you before the stream, man.
Oh.
Alright, hopefully my eyes don't fall in my head while I try to read the next part. Alright. So, you go outside, you go down to the stables.
Yes.
You pick out some strong horses. You see the tender of the haunches, polishing them and cleaning them, being the only one unafraid of them. As everyone else kind of looks at him, he's insane.
Sadly, I am pulling out individual horses, like actual horses this time. I'm trying to pick the sturdiest looking horses, though.
As you go in, he looks at you and goes, "Ah, young master, are you getting ready to bring out the haunches again?"
I'm gonna shake my head and go, "No." As I look around the room to try and pick out the best horses I can find, I'm gonna go, "This mission needs at least minor discretion. That one. It's 3. And that one there. Have those 4 ready for me outside in about 5 minutes."
He nods as you hear him yelling some instructions to some of the other stable hands as they prepare your actual normal horses. As far as you know, they're normal.
At this point, I'm just kind of waiting for everybody to just kind of group outside. I would have sent Steve out to go
Get the others.
Yeah, get the other 2. Before I even got to the stables, I would have sent them. I would have sent them already.
Mm-hmm. Yep. Like a minute or 2 later, Azeroth comes walking down. His armor polished and nice and clean and free of dents or scratches now after he's had some time to rest. The new black leather bracers on his arms. You can feel the amount of strength radiating from this man. Cole has almost an ethereal light to him as he comes down. Him walking, his back straighter with more confidence.
Yeah, because he has the cloak now, doesn't he?
Yeah, he has a fucking real nice, I would say it's good. It's a nice, shiny red cloak. You can see the glimmer of the scales. It has a faint, heat to it. Mm-hmm. So, it's warm to the touch.
Nice.
As he has also had time to train with Azeroth and stuff like that, so he's more confident in battle. Less hesitant.
We have given him a month of training with both myself and Ezereth this entire time, so I'm sure I will not be disappointed at this point.
Oh, probably not. At the very least, he can keep the entire party alive, or keep the entire party topped off on HP.
Yeah, that's right, because he has healing magic now, doesn't he?
And I decided to change the spell a little bit, and now Prayer of Healing is an actual ritual spell, meaning you can basically full heal the entire party.
That's so broken. Just
it is.
Defeat the entire point of healing in this game, dude. That's crazy.
Well, to be fair, it can only be used outside of combat.
Yeah, but still, there's a whole mechanic for healing, James.
Not really.
Yeah, there is. It takes a shit ton of time to heal in Godbound.
Yeah, unless you have potions or are a Godbound or just have a talent for it, which is another thing.
I'm pretty sure even Godbound, it takes a week.
No, if it's a Godbound healing immortal, they can just look at them and go, "You're healed now."
Really?
And just basically full heal them. Oh, there's a healing gift for it.
Oh,
the healee, the person getting healed, has to spend an effort on it, but it's basically a full heal.
Wow.
And that's just instantly like an action in combat you can do. This would just be out of combat. I mean, I could just make it like not ritual. You know what? Sure, if you're gonna say
I
something
don't
about
care. I was just thinking of how the mechanics work in this game. It
we're
doesn't,
already
doesn't,
playing. We're
doesn't.
already playing. Actually, I'm gonna have it not be a ritual just because there already really isn't a lot of level 2, and this actually gives him like a choice to make with level 2 spells.
Yep.
Instead of just casting a certain level 2 spell over and over again.
Well, I mean, he has
Cough,
Scorching
cough.
Ray always, so.
He also has spiritual weapon
Oh,
now. So
that's true.
that's already
That is
aids.
true. Yeah.
God, Cole's the most powerful character in the fucking game. Anyway,
I mean,
so like a few minutes later, the two of them, they strut down. They're doing good. The horses are brought out to you. A small wagon of supplies is also brought to feed you, Azeroth, Cole, and also extra food and medical supplies for the missionaries.
Also, keep in mind, I no longer need to sleep. Just FYI, I do not need to sleep anymore.
I don't need to sleep anymore. Yeah,
I also
that's
cannot
fair.
wake people up unless I want to. So if people are sleeping around me, I no longer wake them up unless I want to.
You're gonna start writing shit on the face of Azeroth and Cole now, aren't you?
Yeah, maybe. I'm just gonna be like, oh yeah, I get up in the middle of the night and I just start going somewhere ominously, and you're just gonna be like, oh yeah, the sounds of you getting up awake. I'm like, no, night word, night word. You're gonna be
so
like,
dumb,
huh?
so good.
It's like, yeah. All right, I'm sorry. You can continue.
So they they attach the cart to the horses. Oh, by the way, that's also the other thing is you don't actually need a full set of horses for everyone, as you do have a cart with you too.
That is true, but we will eventually.
Yeah, it's better for if you need to attack someone.
That's true.
You can just do it from horseback.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, so you climb upon your horses. You start riding out. I would say it's in the morning.
Question: do the horses have armor on?
This is mostly a diplomatic mission, so no.
Okay, I just wanted to make sure because I would think some of the horses would be equipped with armor in here, but I figured those would be like battle horses. But then again, I wouldn't put it past just
Those would be more like probably draft horses, which are a lot bigger.
Fair.
Because they're fucking terrifying. Like seriously.
They are massive, yeah.
Yes.
Draft horses are fucking huge, yeah.
They're just intimidation.
Yeah.
Also, headcanon, I would say that the kingdom, the church probably has a division of paladins who ride on horseback, like giant ass lances with magic.
Probably.
Full intimidation.
Probably.
Anyway, so you get on your way, riding out to this foreign country. No, I don't have a name for the country. Fuck off.
You don't? Wow, that's a bad prep work, James.
I just don't have a name for it. Don't worry about it. I have a name for the goddess and everything like that, but just not the church herself, or not the country.
You could always just ask me in DMs for game names, but
I could have. But generally, with a lot of these countries, it's more about what god rules it rather than
country's name. It is an unnamed currently. It does have a name, but it is unnamed currently.
Yeah, sure. You can say that. Like I said, it's more about what church actually rules the land rather than,
James, you're really gonna disappoint whoever makes a Wikipedia page about this game.
No one will. Oh god, that's gonna happen. Never mind.
You're really gonna disappoint whoever makes one. I'm just saying. Go ahead.
Anyway, it's more like the church of this. This is what territory they have. Anyway, so you ride off.
It's a small enough nation.
Yeah, especially this one. This one's pretty small. It only probably has maybe 3 or 4 towns, 3 or 4 cities, maybe a dozen or 2 towns in between. So it is quite small.
Wouldn't if it doesn't have if it's just a church city state, wouldn't it just have one city? Maybe some outskirts.
Well, no, what I was saying was generally with a lot of the countries, it's more about what church owns the country rather than.
Okay, fair enough.
Remember, most of these countries are theocracies.
Yeah.
So that's just
Well, inside that case, you could very well just call it the theocracy of whatever god name.
Yeah.
Fair enough.
So yes, you start riding out. God, this. Give me 1 second. I'm gonna grab some. Oh, nice, real fast. Ice train's a bitch.
That's true. That's very true. Man, this whole stream's been scuffed from the start. I'm gonna tell you that right now, viewers at home.
Hey, I was doing okay, but now my eyes feel like they're gonna fucking explode.
To be fair, it is a VTuber stream. It wouldn't be a VTuber stream without a little bit of stuff.
And I'm DMing, so it's always gonna be scuffed.
Very true. Very true.
It's my brand. I'm scuffed as fuck. It's fun.
That's okay.
It adds to the fun.
Do you need to take a very short break to like water the boys?
What, my eyes? No, like I don't have any jobs for that, and also if I were going to like make them undeath, it would just take a while. So I'm just gonna drink.
I mean, you could always just put water in them, you know. Like
I've never had that help. I've never had that help. My eyes start to hurt. They just start to hurt. Anyway. Yeah, I actually do have my eyes closed for most of this, but I in fact have something I need to read to play this game, Spirit. Anyway. So you ride off towards the country of, what was the name again? The church, at least. The theocracy of Aaliyah.
It has a name now. There you go.
That's the theocracy of Aaliyah. Or Alia, I guess would work too.
Whoever's writing
Anyway.
the Wikipedia page is immediately just screaming.
I'm gonna take a guess and say it's Spirit, probably.
Probably. But
I've already done that, Spirit.
James.
Yes. Yes. Anyway, so you ride off to the theocracy of Aaliyah. Your intentions to bring back the missionaries and kill whatever sinners would dare take them from you. Or take them captive. After, I would say, about like a day or two journey. Yeah, about 2 days. About a 2-day journey. You arrive, finally, at the border. You don't see, any kind of grand wall. As like I said, they're quite friendly. You are stopped by a small small little border patrol of guards that are walking the roads. What do you do?
Actually, I'm kind of thinking about changing my mask for this whole encounter, but I think I'll be okay.
Probably.
Yeah, I think I'll be okay.
Well, if your father had given them any kind of, notification of what you look like, if you change your mask, I'm not going to know who the fuck you are.
True. But I was thinking about for the entire place, because I am ominous looking. I am not a, guy who you just kind of pass over when you look at him. Because,
True.
Like an edgelord walks into the room,
Yeah. Okay, what do you want to change your mask to, then?
No, I'm fine. I'll just deal with it.
I was gonna say, I could say you changed it before you left. It's fine.
Nah, it's fine. I'll just deal with it. I didn't think of it before I left, so it's fine.
I didn't think about it either.
So, as we walk up to the gate guards, what did you say they say to us?
It's not a gate or anything. There's general border guards.
Just general border guards on the path. Okay. So it's
Yeah.
like checkpoint style, like.
Essentially, yeah.
Okay.
They look at you, look back down like a little, some papers or whatever. As you approach, one of them walks out. He's a small spear and a shield. And in a very bored voice, just halt. What is your business?
I will stop. I'm assuming he basically walks up next to my horse.
Yeah, he doesn't quite see
Yeah.
your face yet.
So
He's looking at some papers.
I'm gonna look down at him. And by the way, just for context here, anytime in this area, I'm gonna be either holding my staff, because I know it floats. I'm either gonna be holding my staff, or I'm gonna have it in like a little, one of those little like slide-in slip holders, kind of like how you would hold a scabbard. I'm gonna have it in one of those on the horse.
A frog.
Yes, I couldn't remember what they were called. Well, it's not necessarily like on. Well, it's called a frog when it's on a belt, but when it's like strapped to the side of a horse or like on a wall, it's called something different. Just basically, it's basically just a loop holder, right? So
it's probably on your belt though, so it's probably gonna be a frog.
I suppose I could have one on there too, yeah. So I'll just have it when I'm on my horse or I'm next to my horse. I'll just have it slid into there, so it's not just floating everywhere. But for Unless otherwise stated, it's either slid into a holster of some kind or in my right hand, like physically. So it's not just floating everywhere. I want to make that stated beforehand. But yeah, so I'm gonna basically look down at him and just kind of go, you should already have been told of our arrival. I am Draven Gideon. And this is my and these are my companions. We should already have permission to have safe passage into the theocracy.
You see him nod. Lieutenant Ferris nods and goes, "Ah, yes, we were expecting you. You can go on through." You see him take a step back. He gestures with the spear.
I'm gonna just kind of nod and give him a little hand wave as I do the little, and then just kind of like flick the reins a little bit as we move on forward.
Okay, you ride on. I would say you're riding past some smaller towns and little villages. You might even see one of the cities in distance. You see everything is quite well maintained. People are happy. Even when they see you, they look a little confused for a second. But, anyone's that are passing, like, are there when you're passing by, they tend to greet you. And they're all quite easygoing and happy folks.
Oh, by the way, for Steve, his disguised appearance, what I'm gonna have him look like is a traditional elven male with slightly pale skin, not pale like myself, but just like hasn't gone outside in like 2 weeks, kind of pale.
Yeah.
But still goes outside occasionally.
By the way,
or like office worker pale. There you go.
It changes voice and clothing, by the way.
Oh, nice. So I'm gonna have him just be in a cloak, general, common clothes, and aside from that, I'm gonna have him just be looking more or less just like a mage. I'm gonna have, or really a sorcerer. I'll basically just give him a little wizard's hat and a cloak, and just common clothes. But he should look like a general mage, just like a casual like mage that you would have an adventuring party.
I would say you probably draw a decent bit of attention and like wonder, as you do have like 2 mages in your escort.
That is true. And then obviously Cole is a mage passively. Then there's Azeroth, who probably looks like a knight more than likely. So I mean, we're not discreet, but we're more discreet than Skeleton Man and Eldritch Abomination. You know what I mean? on top of steel wide horses. It's more discreet than that.
What isn't more discreet than that? Oh wait, no, the giant army of skeletons.
Yeah, that's true. So we're gonna pass on through and head up to this city. We'll head on our way over there. Yep.
A little girl, kind of like, you see a little girl like waving at you. What do you do?
On the road?
Like through one of the villages you're like riding through to get to there.
Oh shit. Okay.
I said you're riding through some small villages and stuff like that.
I was gonna say, just on the road there, dude, bro, just mysterious little girl runs up.
Immediately a mimic.
Wow.
It's a mimic or doppelganger.
Probably. I suppose I'll just, I'm gonna look over at him, look back forward, just keep going. Fuck the kid.
Oh, she does not look disappointed at all. You looked at her, so she's just like,
fair enough.
Ooh. I would say like if we get waved like Azeroth and Cole, Cole like waves back as he is the bean, he is the nice boy. Whereas Azeroth kind of like, you see like a small band of like mercenary or like adventurers kind of walking by you. You see the warrior of their party look up at Azeroth, kind of give that nod as Azeroth nods back as they keep going.
Yep. Our little caravan going.
Yeah. And after like another like day or so, it's a decent bit of distance. You arrive on the outskirts of a fairly like a medium-sized town. Like a little hamlet. Like there's a good amount of people here. Not enough to be considered like a city or anything, or like a big town or
By the
anything like
way,
that.
would I
Yep.
be able to, with my one effort per... We've spent, like, what, 2 days journey so far?
Yeah.
Is there any way I can make 2 clay golems while everyone else is sleeping? And stick them in the back of the
Yeah.
cart?
Do you want them to have a compact form as well?
No. Just have them basically just be not guards, but guards. You know what I mean? Essentially just have them be workers for me if I do need them. Essentially, if anyone asks, they're just my constructs that are going to be sitting in the back of the cart unless otherwise stated.
Bro, you have 2 mages in your party. No one's gonna blink an eye at a fucking construct or 2.
Yeah, but they're just gonna be sitting in the back of the cart. I'm probably gonna have them move boxes and whatnot and help people later
That's
on.
fine.
But I figure it'd be a good use of my time.
Are they reading the newspaper?
I don't have one.
You in the back, you look up, and there's just like 2 big ass golems just reading these with the cup. Just nods. Like, oh, you're totally inconspicuous.
Oh, yeah. I feel like the best part is the fact that these clay golems are like pretty smart, like competently smart, competently intelligent at the very least. You know.
They're all right. They're
like they're not like
they're
genius
sentient.
or anything by far, but they're sentiently competent.
If you tell them to do something, they'll do it. They won't like take things like idiotically literally, but they're not smart.
Yeah, I mean they're as intelligent as a human, so yeah. I'd say like average. You know.
Well, I'd say more like the clay golems. The metal ones are a little bit dumb.
That's exactly what I'm saying. I make clay golems.
Oh, okay then.
Yeah, I don't have spare metal to make the metal golems.
Then you use wood for them as well.
The clay, yes, I can make wood golems out of it. I mean, I guess if I see a tree or something, sure, but I'd probably make them out of dirt, more than likely.
Okay, I thought wood would make the iron golems. The iron golems.
No, iron golems have to be made out of metal.
Is metal or is metal or stone?
Metal or stone specifically.
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Okay, yeah, that's fine. You make your 2 clay golems. They're a lot. Actually, about to say the metal ones might be a little bit too heavy for the cart anyway.
Yeah, that's why I'm not making them.
Okay.
That
yeah,
and I
make
don't
2...
have the raw material for it. But
yeah, you make your 2 clay boys.
Overnight,
And they run. Yeah, they run in the back of the cart.
You can feel free to go ahead. I just wanted to get that thought out before it was too late.
Yeah, I just had to burp real quick. That's all.
No, you're fine.
Yeah, I said like another day or so. You arrive at the town. Medium-sized. You see an old, decrepit castle on like a nearby hill. Probably like a couple hours out. You know, looks a decent distance away. The whole place has a very nice aura over it. Although you do feel like an inkling of some dark energy in the town. Not just all around. You can't tell where it's from exactly, but you definitely feel like there's a trace of dark energy in this town. One that is quite familiar to you.
It's quite familiar.
The last time you felt it was in a town where all the residents were blanked out.
Straight. Oh, that's no good.
It's been quite a long while.
That's no good. Okay.
Like I said, you don't feel like driving from like the whole town. It's not like the whole place is like smothered in it like before, but you feel like there's something in this town that has that energy on it. Like you can feel like a distant signature in the town.
I'm gonna look over at Steve and go, Steven, do you feel that? Yeah, I'm a full name him.
He gives you that look of like a grim look and nods back. It has been quite a while since I felt that.
Do keep an eye on that fool. If we come anywhere near it, let me know. I want to investigate that as soon as we can, but the mission comes first. If they do seem to be intertwined, we'll stomp it out with prejudice, but this will be something regardless that we take care of before we leave. Then I'm gonna lean on over the other side of my horse and look over at Cole and go, Cole. As I kind of move my horse back a little bit to go right up next to him.
He looks at you. Yes, what is it?
As I lean into him a little bit, I'm like, I'm gonna be saying this very quietly. Do you feel that?
You see him just breathe in and breathe out.
No.
With his eyes closed. Well, no, he's like focusing, like feeling out the area.
He's like, no.
Like he's like kind of going like almost meditative state where he's like,
No, I feel you.
I know. Oh, you thought he was gonna say no.
No, I
actually
just think it would be funny if he just sniffs in, sniffs out. It's like,
I don't smell anything.
no, I don't feel anything weird. Why? Is something wrong? Just, all right.
Normally, if he was to say sorcerer, I would have him not feel it. But due to the fact he's a divine sorcerer, yeah, he will.
Okay, fair enough.
The second goes, it's strange. I've never felt an energy like that before.
I'm gonna say, this may very well be intertwined with what we're here for, but I doubt it. The power I feel was the same as when we fought the parasite god. Be on your toes. I have Steve feeling out for it. But we will stomp this out before we leave. Just keep an eye on it.
Also, just a little FYI, fun fact, I actually rolled the Parasite God wrong.
Oh wow. Crazy.
He would have double the amount of attacks he had.
What?
He has 2 actions per turn and 2 attacks per action.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
So he has 4 attacks instead of 2.
It's rad.
Yeah.
Yep.
Anyway, back onto the game. So as you ride through the town, the town folks are looking at you. Most of them just, they don't pay much mind. They go back to doing their work. You see one of them kind of look at you and do a double take as he kind of furrows his brow. Like as they're trying to remember something. Before shaking his head and kind of keeps walking.
I'm gonna head straight to the biggest tavern I can find.
I thought you were gonna say church.
If there's anywhere to look for information, that's where it's gonna be. And I will check the church later, but the tavern, that's where good information is found.
Alright, you arrive at the tavern. Do you go in alone, or do you bring one of the members of the party with you? Or all of them with you?
I'll probably end up taking all of them. Well, I'll decide that for myself. Question
bring
though.
Ezeroth, as he seems like the best drinker.
Question though.
What's
I
up?
would assume I would have what amounts to an allowance with me, as like a paltry sum for like spending money. I would assume for like, because I know
Godbound.
I know inside Godbound you have like money wise you have enough, right?
Yes.
So I'm gonna assume I have like, I don't know, like 200 gold pieces or some shit.
Something like that. Yeah, you have enough money to spend as you would.
Yeah. Spend but not spend extravagantly yet. So we'll go ahead and hitch the horses out front. Put the park the cart probably off in like one of the alleyways that are right next to it. As I'm going to hop off my horse, I'm gonna look over at Steve and go, I would like you and Ezerath to... never mind. Steve, go ahead and just inform the golems to defend the cart and defend the cart as well. As I walk over to Cole and go, Cole, you and I are going inside. Feel free to order Ezerath as you will. As I'm gonna just go ahead and start walking. I was gonna tell Steve to have Ezerath stay, but I'm like, you know what? I don't control him. Let's see what Cole does.
Cole and gestures to Ezeroth and follow as well, as both of them follow you into the pub. It's quite a nice place. It's like you see, it has like 3 stories tall. The first floor seemingly being like a tavern. The second and third, likely being some kind of like sleeping areas. You enter into the place. It's bustling. There's quite a lot of people in there. It's loud, it's merry, people are drinking, some are eating, others are just chatting. You see a band of adventurers in one corner talking to a guy, a cloaked man. I mean, it's all going pretty well. Where do you go first in the tavern?
So what I am going to do is I'm gonna walk up to the bar as I look over at as I look over at Cole and Azeroth, and I'm like, act natural. As I walk straight up to the bar. I don't know how to act natural, so this is gonna be the best I can do. As I tell them to.
They're both completely fine and okay. I wanted to ask you to roll me charisma real quick.
Yeah, sure, I can do that.
The other two are a-okay as
Success. Let's go.
You're not like, it's not like a natural. Oh yeah, you fit in perfectly. You're all good. But a natural war, like no one's gonna bother you.
Okay.
Like, oh wow, he's a little weird, probably a noble or something, and leave you alone. The other two are completely fine. Azeroth, having been previously a mercenary and a knight, he's a-okay, and Cole just being common dude. The thing that the person actually draws, well, the only thing that draws attention is Cole's cloak being just red dragon scale.
Yep.
You can see like a band of adventurers in the tavern kind of look over and they see that, and you
Whistle.
You hear them basically, they're whispering to each other like, "Whew, that's impressive."
I'm a hop
You
up.
see, you see another table of like more barbarian-esque people, beefy guys look at Azeroth and his bracers, and they're like, you see guys get that thumbs up of approval. Azeroth nods back and walks over and starts talking to them.
Okay. I'm gonna walk up to the bar. I am not gonna take a seat. I'm just gonna find a more open area at the bar, and I'm just gonna lean over the counter.
Yep. Bartender walks over to you, cleaning a glass. So, what kind of drink do you want?
I'm gonna reach into my cloak, pull out 5 gold pieces, and I'm just gonna slide it across the table and go, water for now, as well as one for my compatriot, but I need information.
So as you slide the money over and ask for water, the bartender kind of, cocks an eyebrow, like, that's quite a lot. And he looks at you and goes, the look of, that's quite a lot of money for water. Then as you ask for information, you see him just kind of close his eyes and nod for a second. The eyebrow goes back down. You see him slide the money into a back pocket as he grabs a pitcher of water and fills 2 glasses and slides them over to you. He puts the pitcher back down, leans an elbow on what's it called? Bar top. Looks at you and goes, "So, what kind of information are you in the market for?"
Depends how much is it gonna cost me, but I guess I should give you the rundown first. I have a couple individuals I need rescued. It seems that they've been captured and they're being held somewhere inside the city. I'm gonna need to go ahead and defeat their captors and rescue them. Do you happen to know anything? As I grab my coin purse and just kind of
Jostle it a little bit.
Jostle it a little bit. You could hear the rattling of a good little bit of coin.
You can see like 1 or 2 people around, kind of like peek over as you.
I'm not doing it loudly,
coin
just
purse.
like basically just loud enough for him to hear.
Okay, yeah. He looks at you and goes, it's not often people go missing. Any details on who it is?
If I remember, can I get, because you kind of breezed through it with descriptors for the group they were trying to rescue when I got the mission to begin with. Do I happen to have any descriptors for them?
The reason I briefed over it was because your father didn't really know what they looked like exactly, as they were just a normal band of missionaries. Although they would have, like, since they're missionaries.
Are they our missionaries?
Yes.
Okay.
So they would have had, like, a different insignia on them, right? Like, compared to, like, the local priests.
question.
Yeah.
Would our territory be called the Theocracy of Glar?
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So in that case, then I'm gonna go ahead and just say, well, if you may have heard of a couple of missionaries from the Theocracy of Glar coming through, and then being captured by, who knows, probably some mercenaries, it would be well worth your while to comply.
He nods. I haven't met them, but I have heard about them. Seem like good folks. Didn't disturb nothing, they just quietly preached. You see him like reach down and grab a small book as he flips through it. He flips through some more. You can grab a piece of paper as well as what amounts to essentially a pencil type thing. You see him write some stuff down before he hands it over to you. With 2 names on the list. And he goes, I'm not sure who took them, but those. Shall I say? He hands you a list with a name on it. Not 2, just 1. This mercenary band doesn't exactly have the greatest reputation. If there's anyone strong enough with the least amount of sense in them to take a band of missionaries from a foreign church, it would be them. I'd say pay them a visit. Although no one's really seen them in a few weeks. Ever since the church quarantined. Or just after the church quarantined the old ruins of the mountain.
I see. So from what I'm hearing, and this is out of character. So from what I'm hearing, the mercenary band, they're not very liked, and they're held up inside the mountains.
No, like they haven't been seen.
Oh, they
since,
haven't
like,
seen since they cleared up.
Yeah, since like the church quarantined the old ruins up the hill. I might say up the mountain. I would say like after he also he like searched around a little bit more. He gives you not like a crudely drawn map, but like a roughly drawn map of like directions of where to go. And he goes, that was at least their hall in the town. So I would assume they would be there.
I see. And what is the name of this mercenary group?
Sorry, I'm drinking real quick. The Iron Fiends.
The Iron Fiends.
They're known for being quite violent and always demanding more than they originally asked for.
And you said they haven't been seen in quite a while? Around how long?
Think about it again.
Keep in mind, I'm not from this area.
You know, let's think about it again. A few weeks, maybe a month.
He nods. Goes, do you happen to have any idea why the church was quarantining out the hilltop area?
Well, if I were to have heard something, I might need a little more to say it, as it is quite privileged information.
I'm gonna look at him dead in the eyes through my mask and go.
He's gonna have one finger up. He's gonna put one finger up.
Oh, just one. Okay. I mean, I'll just toss him 3.
Okay. He catches him, puts it in his pocket, and goes. And he seems like lean both elbows on the counter as he leans in. The general rumor has it that some kind of that something was spreading up there, maybe a disease, and that's why they're quarantining it. But I've heard from a reliable source that it's something else, potentially some kind of demon worship, and that something came of it and infected the area with some kind of strong evil magic.
He's gonna think to himself as he just grabs the glass, grips it a little tight, and then just kind of lifts up the bottom of his mask a little bit just to take a sip of water as he puts it down on the table. He's like, okay, I think I have an idea of what to do from here. Thank you.
He nods to you.
And I will be back once I'm finished with them if, for whatever reason, let's just say I need more information. Go ahead and be snooping around. I'll see if I happen to be able to need any of it. If I go up there and I don't find anything, I'm gonna look him dead. I'm gonna look him at, like, right in his eyes. I go, don't. Just don't hope I see you again.
He's gonna nod to you. He doesn't look like afraid or anything. He looks at you and goes, as far as I know, my information's reliable, so
Good.
I hope you find your men.
Good, then we have no issues. By the way, here. I'm gonna place another gold down on the table and go, that table over there with the knight I walked in at, just send a round to them.
You hear him chuckle and nod as he grabs some, set of shots and puts it on the table and gets one of the handful of, basic waiter type people around to bring another round of shots over.
I will be basically already leaving by the time they arrive.
He's gonna turn to you and he's gonna ask if you wanted them to know who sent the
no, I'm
the
just
round
gonna
of
wait.
shots.
He's like, fuck it,
Yeah. The shots go over. You see Ezra, take a shot as well. You hear them cheering, being boisterous. As a few seconds later, Ezra comes back out. And he actually comes right up to you.
Mm-hmm.
He leans over and says, so chatting with them, they are adventurers in the area. And it seems like some of the jobs recently, in the past week or so, a lot of the creatures in the area, or some of the creatures in the area seem to have been off. Their blood having it turned black. Or creatures just not, animals not reacting to their presence. And doing things out of the ordinary.
Okay. Here. We can go speak inside of the cart. Come with me.
He nods and stands back up straight, walking next to you.
I'm gonna hop into the cart and I'm gonna go ahead and just sit down on one of the chairs. Because I'm assuming the cart is on the inside has two basically benches on either side. There's a bench on one side,
full on anime style.
Yeah,
exactly you're thinking.
Wagon,
It is just it's a wagon. Yes.
Yeah.
It's just
okay, so I'm gonna
wagon.
go ahead and sit on one side as I'm gonna quickly look over at Ezerath and go. So, from the looks of it, at least from what I have been managed to gather, it seems a mercenary group. Hold on. Real quick question. I'm blanking on half.
Iron Fiends.
The Iron Fiends. I know it was Fiend something, but I couldn't remember what the other half was. I'm so sorry.
That's fair.
It was a lot of information taken.
It is.
So, the Iron Fiends. All right. So he's gonna look over at him and go. So it looks like our men may very well be captured by the Iron Fiends up on the hilltop. Seems the church has, quarantined off the area and no one's heard of the group since. But from the rumors lately, from what you've gathered, as well as some of the rumors from the barkeep, it seems demon worship is being taken place up there, which could very well be an understatement in relation to the parasite god situation that we're dealing with. Keep in mind, I'm saying this all as quietly as possible.
Hush, hush. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm saying this hush, hush. So, inside circumstances like this, we may very well have to be sure what we're getting into. We may very well run into two foes instead of one. And if we do run into the parasite god and not find our men, then we will have to keep searching. We should strike at the church shortly thereafterwards, but let's check this out while the iron is hot and the leads are fresh. Seems like we arrived here relatively recently to this whole rigmarole. What time of the day is it, by the way, by the time we're here? Like, around this time?
Midday.
Midday. How long do you think it'll take until I get there? Because I will whip out the map and kind of, like, at this point, like, unfurl it and, like, hold it out.
Are you going to, like, the Iron Fiend's, like, hall?
Well, I was given directions up to the hilltop area where they were known to be located, right?
Well, no, the hall was in the town. Like, it's their, like, local, like,
so
base
that's
operations
where I've been
in the
given
town.
directions to.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and pull that out and look right here and go. So, looks like these shabby-ass directions may lead us over to the Iron Fiend's old hideout, or possibly still being used hideout. But since they haven't been heard of, I don't expect to see much there. But it might be worth investigating there first, heading up to the hilltops outside of town. Get a good look-see as to what's over there. We also may run into the church while we're over there, so stealth may be necessary. We'll have to see. No matter what the circumstance is, these two golems should very well be able to take care of the horses, as well as defend the cart while we're gone. No matter where we station them. Hopefully, anyway, as long as something too dangerous doesn't stroll on through, or a band of very daring rogues comes on through. They are golems, after all, challenging as they may be, but they are not made for combat. I will look over at the two of them and go, if combat does break out, one of you does need to escape, at least attempt to. And then attempt to come find us.
Oh, the golems and
Yep,
such.
I'm talking to the golems.
Mm-hmm. They nod. Steve, looks forward and goes, if I'm left with the cart, if I'm left with the wagon, I'll make sure to notify you right away using whatever means I have.
I'm gonna go ahead and look at him and go, I will need you with me. You, myself, Cole, and Ezrath will be able to take on really whatever foes we have. Since we don't have Chance and Hans, as I would leave them on security detail, it would be best to have you with me. The golems should be able to handle themselves, or at least escape if all things turn to sour, while one of them essentially acts as a decoy. And if they do end up taking the horses and the wagon, so be it. We can procure more. But I would at least like to be reported back. And obviously, if we can't find either, well, we have our answer. But I hope that doesn't come about.
You see both golems kind of like pound their fists and come up. They look like they're coming up ready to fight.
Just that a boy. As I'm gonna hand Ezroth the map. I'm like, keep a hold of that. Let's see here. I think if we do find anything at the hideout, it might give us a new perspective. But if we don't find anything at all, we should make massive haste up towards the hills. But let's go ahead and get going. Do we have any other input?
Ezroth looks at the map and goes, hopefully we find them safe and unharmed.
Oh,
This whole situation's getting messy.
it is. I would like to do some other dabblings while I'm here, but as long as they are safe, we'll be alright. Alright, let's go ahead and get going. I'm gonna go ahead and head on out, hop on the horses. Let's go.
Everyone hops upon their horses, unlike the normal ones that they normally are Hanses.
Oh
my god, we can actually stay horseback for once,
yeah,
not
we're on
horseback.
horseback. I
Holy
think
shit.
it's interesting though that Father gave me a carriage when I don't need it. I can just summon a portal and send them back home.
It has like food and supplies, extra food and supplies. It's a long journey.
True.
It also has medical supplies in case they need it right then and there.
Fair enough.
Like bandages and stuff like that.
So it's basically just a supply cart for the most part.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That's fine. So probably like benches, and then in the back, near the front, just a couple of boxes.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, gotcha. All right, fair enough. Okay. And so in that case, we will ride up, towards the, we'll ride up towards the hideout. I'm gonna have myself and Cole up front, and I'm gonna have Steve and Ezrath in the back.
All right. Are they in the wagon, or are they?
No, just like riding behind the wagon. So have the wagon sandwich in the middle.
Okay. Yep.
And the flunkies in
So-
the wagon. Wait, question then. Who the fuck is piloting the cart? I guess one of the golems.
Yeah, I was kind of confused about that.
I guess
who
one
is
of the
around the
gole-
car?
I guess one of the golems. So I didn't
Sure.
think about that until now. I guess. Yeah, because we didn't take anyone else with us, unless we.
I thought you were the one doing the cart or the wagon, and then like something like that. But no, if you're on a horse as well.
No, I picked up.
One of the
I picked up
golems
4
can
horses.
doing it.
Yeah, one of the golems can do it. It's fine. You know, inside that case, both of them are just sitting up. Well, actually, no. One will be sitting in the back. One will be sitting up front.
Oh, I was gonna say put them in the front, like the old married couple, just two clay golems, just.
Good chance, yeah. Okay.
So it's easy on the outskirts of town, about 15 minutes. You ride up there. It's a 2-story building. It's not like anything too extravagant. The sign out front is kind of like it's hanging by like one nail. And once again, you feel that energy once again. This place reeks of it.
Great. That's exactly what I want to feel. Okay. I guess we'll park everything nearby, like very, very close by, in an adjacent alleyway if all possible. And then I will go ahead and start surveying the building, looking for good entry points. I know there's the front door, but if that's locked, side door.
Are you gonna try it?
I will try it. I'm not shattering palming it, obviously, but I will try it.
It is actually unlocked.
That's surprising, actually. Okay.
So you go inside.
I will personally open the door slowly.
You slowly open it. Yeah, it creaks open.
I
The
will
place
have
is just
staff in
silent. The place is silent.
I will
do you
cast
go in?
light via the head of my staff, and I will be pointing it like a floodlight throughout the room.
You can peek around the room, and the entire room is just like a layer of like dust on everything. This place is. No one's been here for a while.
Okay. Is there multiple floors to this building?
It's a 2-story building, like I said.
Well, yeah, but I didn't hear a staircase to that description.
You haven't gone in there yet. You just opened the door.
Well, yeah, but I opened the door and I'm peering inside. I would assume if I can see a staircase, I would be able to see.
It's on the front. Like you see like the main room. It looks like a tavern. You can see a door going to the back room that probably has the staircase in it.
Ah, okay. So like the entry area is just an entry hall, basically like tavern sec kind of area, looking okay. Inside that case, we'll step inside, close the door behind us. What I'm gonna go ahead and do is, I'm going to. No, that's just gonna make a mess.
What are you gonna do?
I was gonna just kind of use basically gust to just kind of whoosh wind throughout the room to like de-dustify it, but then that's just gonna make a cloud. So
You are wearing a mask. Like dust isn't too bad on you.
yeah, but the whole place looks grody. And prestidigitation
don't touch
wouldn't
anything.
be too.
Don't touch anything. Just walk through.
I guess, yeah. I don't know. It feels stuffy. It feels stuffy, you know.
And there's also the unbearable sensation of just, wow, there's something death-like in here.
True.
Like,
but that's not my point. It's stuffy. So taking a look throughout the room, so I obviously see like bar, tables, what else? Like how many doors are we talking? 'Cause you don't have a battle map for me, so like you got
I know. So as you look around the room, the source of this place won't have battle map, don't worry about it. There is like there's a bar. You can probably put like 5 people at the bar. Yeah, it's pretty small. There's like 3 or 4 tables. The whole place is fairly small. There is a side door that goes out. But you can see like the handle seems a little bit broken as there's some boards across the door. With a no exit sign on it. Or not an exit sign on it. There's a single doorway into a back room that if you peek back there you can see that there is both a upstairs and a downstairs into the basement.
Okay. So there's a no exit sign and there's a door boarded up with a not an exit sign. I'm assuming it's clear that leads outside though.
Yeah, you can like tell the door is just a bit busted up. Like
it
seems like it's just an issue at the door. Like this whole place seems like a little bit like even when it was clean.
Low income, gotcha.
Yeah.
And then there's basically just one other door that just has a staircase in it. Okay. Yeah, I'll go ahead and make my way through the room, just kind of flashing my light, my floodlight essentially across the room, just taking a look through.
It's surprising how dirty the place is. You just don't see anything like rats or anything running around. The whole place is eerily quiet.
Oh my god. Can I stop getting... I'm sorry, VOD listeners, for hearing the fucking,
An ad.
No, it's not even that. It's just Windows notification. Thank you. Goodbye. Get out of here, Stinky. I'm so sorry if that rattled people. I greatly apologize. Go ahead.
Like, damn, my phone. There's suddenly a Windows notification.
I know.
Okay, this is not a Discord ping. That's way worse.
Oh, it is. It is.
Yeah. Anyway.
By far.
So, do you go upstairs or downstairs first?
I don't notice anything inside the room as I go through. Just old, muggy.
Yep.
I'm gonna go ahead and shine my light downstairs, shine my light upstairs. Do I see anything?
Downstairs goes down to a single door. With like a small
Ominous. So cellar vibes, gotcha.
Yes, 100%. It seems like a cellar. The upstairs, you can see like maybe 2 or 3 rooms up there.
By the way, I can see perfectly in darkness. However, my light is for everyone else. Well, actually, it's for Cole and Ezra. But besides,
Ezrath and Cole do not have dark vision, sadly.
I know. That's why I have the light. So what I'm gonna do is I'm going to go ahead and I'm gonna start heading upstairs slowly, just moving up the stairs, keeping my staff pointed in our frontward direction.
You reach the top of the stairs. You know, some of the stairs creak. One of them will break underneath of your foot. Do you want to roll me dex real fast?
Sure.
Oh, I was gonna say evasion save, rather.
It's an evasion save. Well, thank God, because I failed that.
Yeah, so
fuck.
Because like your foot's falling through a thing, it's gonna be evasion. You're trying not to. Yeah. Your foot falls through the broken stair. You kind of you don't fall all the way through down like the floor below or anything, but
just kind of stumble on the stairs. Yeah.
Kind of. Well, you get stuck for a second.
Didn't expect it. Yeah. That's fair. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is...
I'm surprised you didn't just walk up the darkness up to the top.
You know, I can, but I'm not going to.
You stop walking around like a mortal. You just walk around the fucking air.
I'm not just gonna float across the floor like a weird, like, 90s vampire. Alright? So I only do the Darkling stairs whenever I need to. Yeah. So what I'm gonna go ahead and do is I'm just gonna I'm gonna steady myself. Continue walking up.
Ezra and Cole are kind of like, make sure you're okay. It's like, oh, you're right. And they see the broken stuff and they kind of nod of like, oh, okay.
I'll just kind of raise my hand and be like, I'm fine. And just kind of get my bearings again and continue walking upward.
Get to the top, there are 2 rooms. You see one of them has a name on it, although it's not really legible anymore. It's quite old. And on closer inspection, looks like it had been like scraped off, essentially. And the other room doesn't have a name or anything on it. It's just a simple door.
I see. So there's the scribbled on door, and then there's a simple door, and that's it?
Yep.
Okay. Which one is closer?
The one with the name.
I'm gonna go up to the door, raise my hand to it, and open the door.
Oh my god, you're not...
Bang!
Oh my god. Wow, you're actually This is so unlike you. You're actually using doors.
Well, listen, if I just exploded the door, it would make a lot of fucking noise.
I can make you do more stealth more often, so you actually have to open doors.
Bang. Listen. It's not like D&D where you kick in a door and it fucks you over. In here, I kick open the door, quote unquote, and I just fight whatever's inside, right? But no, I'm just gonna open up the door.
It's an office. It's quite large. Has a nice desk. Just littered in papers. There's like a little like candle light, candle there. It's not lit, of course, but yeah.
I'm gonna
go
go ahead and
bookshelves.
Snap my fingers like the torch. I'm sorry, light all the candles or light sources in the room. Thaumaturgy.
Did you say thaumaturgy?
Yep.
Why?
Because it's a cantrip.
Yeah, but why would you be magic, not fucking thaumaturgy? Thaumaturgy is like god magic, you know this.
Well, that's theurgy. Thaumaturgy is...
Oh, you mean the spell
the
thaumaturgy?
cantrip, yes.
Oh, yes, that makes sense. Then you're good. So, you light up the room is now nice and it's quite nicely lit. You see there's a couple bookshelves, so for some random books, so unless you want to look further, nothing really catches your eye. The papers on his desk. Quite a few of them are reports, although you do see a black book on his desk.
I'm gonna go ahead and I'm just gonna be like standing looking through the books as I look on over and see that. As I'm gonna go ahead and just wave my hand, cast Mage Hand, and pick it up and bring it over to me.
You can feel it radiating that evil energy. You can tell it's had direct contact with a parasite god.
Understandable. You know what? I'm a fucking Godbound. I'm gonna cast Mage Hand again and summon a second one.
I'll allow it.
Listen, I'm a sorcery Godbound. I think I'll be okay. I think we can make that little little exaggeration because this is a different system. Fuck you.
Yeah, it's fine. It's just
for any of the complainers that are sitting at home.
I'm the DM here. I'm
You
allowed
can't
to
use
say
Mage Hand twice at the same time. Yes, I can.
Do you have any influence remaining?
It doesn't matter. I have 3 influence, but it doesn't matter.
Remember, you can concentrate multiple spells, and you can just take away your influence, so it's fine.
Yeah, it's true. All right. So let me go ahead and I'll just have one hand hold the spine of the book and widen the hand, and have the other one flip through the pages in front of me as I'm basically just looking through the books on the side passively.
You open the black book, and it's blank.
What?
The black book is blank.
All the pages?
They're all blank.
Fuck. Okay, weird. You know what? I'm gonna have the free hand go on over, pick up a pen.
Mm-hmm.
dip it into some of the ink that's on the table. I'm assuming there's ink.
Yeah.
Come on over and just scribble.
Where are you scribbling? Is it in the black book?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm gonna have it just scribble just some random generic name. Just some random generic name in it.
Are you doing this or having the mage hand do it?
I'm having the mage hand do it.
The moment the pen touches the paper, you see black lightning arc and destroy the mage hand as the pen gets shot into the wall.
I'm gonna shut the book with the spot with the mage hand that's underneath the book. I'm gonna go, and that is what I figured would happen. All right.
If you had actually touched the book, I was gonna ask for a spirit save.
Yeah,
I was gonna be like,
why use mage hand?
Their fucking face palms. It's like, you don't touch an artifact from a fucking
Parasite god.
or an item of a parasite god. They will fuck you up.
I'm gonna go ahead.
You learned from last time.
Hold the book in front of me as I place my hand directly in front of it, not touching it, but in front of it. As I just go ahead and concentrate heavily, preparing myself for what I'm about to do, synchronizing everything within me. And then just with one concerted whoo, I'm going to just try and push energy into the book and wait, actually hold on a second. Before I do that, as I'm concentrating myself what I'm about to do, perfection of understanding.
Okay.
So regardless, it's magical to some degree, and magic no matter what is either theurgy of some kind, or low magic.
Oh, theurgy. Yeah.
Yeah, it's some kind.
Yeah. It's not from this plane of existence, but
fair enough. Doesn't
theurgy.
matter. You automatically understand any low magic or theurgy used against you or in your presence, knowing its function, limits, and degree of power.
Well, you read out, you look over what it is essentially, and it's basically essentially think of it as a way to send a message to someone. You know, there's nothing written in the book, but if you were to hold it, and whoever is on the other side is able to send messages that only that person holding it can read.
Okay, so basically it's the message spell, but invisible.
Yes, essentially.
Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and from a distance, I'm gonna go ahead and just whoa, and like throw my will into it. Try my best to basically just force myself to dominate this fucking book to allow it to bend it to my will. Basically, in a thaumaturgy kind of way, I will go ahead and put an effort towards it.
Okay, I was gonna say, make a spirit save.
Make a spirit save. Okay. Yes! Yes! Let's go.
Your mind is not torn apart, unlike last time. Now you're fighting for control over the book. You get a brief glimpse in some kind of creature formed of shadow in a suit, just staring at you. You almost feel like you feel where he is, but there's something blocking that. Maybe another spirit save.
Can I get any type of bonus because I prepared for this?
Yeah. If you fail, you can roll again, giving you advantage.
Oh, nice. Success! Let's go.
Roll 15 again. Damn.
Woo! Let's go.
You start to force your will over it, gaining, capture over the book, being able to actually use it. Do you just take that, and just go on your way, or do you try to scry a bit more as to where this creature is?
I'm not gonna scry as to where it is. I'll find it. He has no question about that. But I will now grab the book. Now that this book is my book, damn it.
As you pull away, having taken the book, you see the creature just stand up staring at you. And the image just closes as the book is now in your hand, and Cole and Azeroth are looking quite concerned at you.
I'm just gonna start looking through the book.
Once again, okay, so basically, how it overall works is it's bound to a specific person, and the messages can be read by that specific person. So essentially, if you were to give it and bind it to Azeroth and you sent him messages, and then they bound it to someone else, they would not get the same messages as Azeroth.
Questions. Okay, so how does the messages work necessarily? Is it like another book has to be used, or
You are bound as the book's master. If you give it to someone else and write a message to that person, they will get it, and it'll save the messages to that person, essentially.
so basically it's a journal that only people you're allowed to read can read?
Yes.
That's okay, I guess. I mean,
It's a way of transferring orders. Quite well.
I suppose, but then you have to pass around that ledger specifically, or can you like rip pages out of it?
You can pages out of it, yeah.
Okay, cool.
The words
Do
go
the pages
uninvisible.
regenerate by chance?
It's just an infinite book.
It's an infinite book.
Hmm?
Okay, so it's functionally infinite, not actually infinite. Okay.
Yeah, it's functionally infinite.
Okay, so yes, the pages like basically either split apart at the end, or whatever have you. Fair enough.
Yeah, if you're trying to flip through each individual page, you can't seem to quite find the end of it.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, like.
Oh,
functionally
okay. So
infinite.
essentially, as you move to the front, they disappear, and as you move to the back, they keep appearing. Okay, fair enough.
That kind of thing. Yeah.
Fair enough. Fair enough. Okay.
Okay.
So, but if you rip the pages out, they still keep their same effect.
If you rip one out, it becomes uninvisible. Like as long as a person who's qualified to read it is reading it, they can rip a page out, and the words become visible to anyone.
So then you have to pass the physical ledger around. You can't just rip pages out of it.
I'm saying they become visible, as in, say you write a message to Azeroth. He looks at the message, he can rip the page out, it becomes normal words, and he can show that to anyone. They can read it.
Okay, but what if you don't want it to?
Then you have to pass the ledger around, I guess, yeah.
Ah, damn. Okay.
I feel like it's just writing code. That's always an option.
Yeah, but this feels so hyper-specific, though. Like, this ledger feels so hyper-specific.
Well, yeah, it is used by, a dark god to form a cult, so, I mean,
Yeah, but it feels like it's so... It's like, inefficiently hyper-specific. You know what I mean?
Well, would you rather if they're ripped out, they stay as, okay, fine.
They maintain their effects, yes. Because that would actually be useful.
If you rip a page out, you can either choose to make the words visible or have them keep their effect.
Okay, because that's actually useful for passing orders around, because then you can, like, rip a scrap off, or a page, write what you need to, hand it to someone, and then they'd be able to actually read it without anyone else being able to. That's useful. However, it being like, oh, you have to pass the physical book around, what if someone just takes it? Then you're fucked.
Well, they still can't read the messages.
Well, yeah, but
it's
then if someone loses the ledger, you have to pass the ledger around, it'd be easier. Like, what's the point of an infinite book if you can't just, like, rip pages out? You know what I mean?
I guess, yeah.
Yeah.
Anyway, though, so now,
So now we have the stealth journal. Okay, I'm gonna stick that in my bag.
I wasn't expecting you to try to fucking take the book. That's also
I have the book now, so that's a tool in my toolkit.
I guess, yeah. I suppose you didn't give it to Cole or Azeroth, as it's not that much use in your inventory.
It might be. It might be. I'll have a use for it at some point. Trust me.
It's fucking it's thought to text. Christ.
Yeah, it's thought to text. So I'm gonna go ahead and take that. As I look over at the other two, I'm like, what is wrong?
They look at you and go, well, Cole looks at you and says, I felt a dark power surging from that book. Are you alright?
Oh, no, I'm fine. I just had to dominate the power with it. As I begin looking through the bookshelf again, as if that's not an issue.
They just kind of, they look surprised, and they're just kind of like, oh, okay.
Oh, okay. Yeah, it's master, alright, okay.
Yeah. Do a lot of weird shit.
Yeah, that's true. And then if I don't find anything of actually, like, useful note on the bookshelves, I'm gonna go ahead and over to his table physically, and I'm gonna...
So you find a book on, like, demon... You do find a book on demon worship.
Nice. I'll pick that out and toss it over to Steve. Read that.
Steve goes, alright, and starts reading through.
I'm assuming he can read, like, a page a second or so, or, like...
Yeah.
As I'm gonna go over there and, like, basically search every drawer, like, that I can find. I'm also gonna be checking for secret compartments.
As you go through the the drawers. You don't find anything too impressive. You find, like, like a ledger of, like, payments and stuff like that. You find out that the place is actually was in pretty bad debt. As for secret compartments, you do find one with a secret ledger in it.
Hey.
You see, this man had was embezzling the funds of the mercenary guild.
Drama. For what?
And you see a bunch of names on it. Although you don't recognize any of them.
I will take the ledger.
Okay.
Okay, here, let me add that to my inventory.
Oh my god.
Mercenary embezzlement ledger. Perfect.
And that, folks, is what we call a red herring.
But hey, maybe perchance it'll come up later when I start doing diplomatic shit. It's like I'm probably gonna go back to the bar and be like, do any of these people sound like they're important? It's like, no, not really, or yes, actually, this is a big scandal here. It's like,
yeah, you're gonna find out what they are, but it's it's
nice.
funny. Nice
Um,
cock.
So what I'm gonna do is, after I sort through all of that, have we basically taken a good look through the room and have found nothing really of note besides the journal?
On the desktop itself, you do see a report from one of the smaller one of the essentially parties within the group.
Yep.
Talking about a mission I had taken up near the old ruins.
Oh.
To kind of, scout the place out after it has been quarantined by the church. They didn't see much of anything at all. Although they did hear some strange noises. And they ended up getting a weird headache afterwards. So he recommends not taking, they recommend the captain not taking another, or restricting jobs of, like, looking up there, because the whole place seems kind of weird.
Does it say weird in what way?
Like, something feels off up there. Like, there's chills down their back, and I feel they're being watched.
Oh, okay. So ominous supernatural shit.
Yeah.
Okay. Fair enough. All right. I'm gonna go ahead and just leave that there. As I'm gonna head out into the hall, take a look left and right, make sure nothing has moved since then, and I'm gonna head over to the other door.
Yeah, nothing's moved or anything.
By the way, are there torches or like little candle sconces on the wall?
There are. They're just unlit.
Cool. I'm gonna go ahead and snap my fingers, light them, go down, peek my head downstairs, snap my fingers for the first floor.
Okay. The whole place is now nicely lit up.
I completely forgot that was an option for me, but I'm going to headcanon it, being like, you know, when he did the first time, he was like, oh, that's right. That would be helpful. These guys can't see.
I thought you were trying to be stealthier, that's all.
No, not necessarily. It doesn't matter. I've already sorted through those two areas, so it's pretty clear for me.
No, man, I'm saying I thought you were trying to be stealthier, so you didn't just light all the lights.
See, I was, but now that he's kind of feel like, okay, if they're gonna be anywhere, they're either gonna be in this door or downstairs, so should be okay. So we're gonna go ahead and up to the last door. I'm gonna go ahead and place my hand up to the door. Open door.
I'm thinking you're gonna say shattering hands.
Shattering
blast the fucking door.
No, that's gonna be
open.
the cellar.
Yeah, that's fair. You're like, bitch.
Bam. Nah, I'm good.
So you open the door up. And it seems like this was the captain's bedroom. It seems like he lived at the hall. Because at any time of night or day, he was always there. There's a bed. It's not done or anything. It's fairly messy. He has a small bedside table, as well as a normal table with, some 2 or 3 chairs. Actually, 3 chairs at it. A small candle on the bedside table and on the table. You see a normal, a worn, leather-bound book on the table, and a little wardrobe of clothes.
Okay, so it just looks like a normal bedroom. Okay. I'm gonna sort through his chest, and I'm gonna sort. Basically, I'm gonna go through everything individually. Just go ahead and move me around the room.
Okay. So you walk over. I would say the closest thing is probably the table with the book on it. Other than that, there's just like maybe like a mug, of like an empty mug on the table. You pick up the book. It all seems pretty normal. It's like a small like daily like a diary type thing, talking about like the daily occurrences at the place, as well as like in the back of the book there's like a small like to-do list. It's all pretty innocuous. You do see the like the mission statement get mentioned that some of the boys came back from the ruins and they're complaining of headaches.
Okay.
And he disregards it as them just being superstitious. They believe in the church a little too much. It's probably nothing. I'm planning on sending another group up there in a few days to scout it out a little bit more. There's good coin information about that place.
Okay. All right. What about I guess I'll go ahead and just put the ledger down inside like the little notebook down.
The book down.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put the book down and search the next.
You open up the wardrobe. It's all fairly normal clothes. Although you do see one set of like nicer, like fancier clothing, like a noble would wear. Although you do see it's not made out of exactly like the best materials. It's more just it looks like noble's clothing, but
it's like his suit basically. Yeah.
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 What I was saying was it makes him like look like a noble, but it's not really noble's clothing.
Oh, so it's a disguise.
Yeah, kind of thing. The bedside table.
Yes.
You open it up, and you find, well, nothing really much. It's just some normal like daily supplies they would have in there. Maybe like like a little nightcap type thing. Nothing too much of note in there.
Like a little shave kit, a nightcap, some trousers.
Yeah.
Yeah,
things you would have in like your
stuff
little
like that.
Yeah.
All right. I'm gonna go ahead and after taking a look around the room and finding literally nothing of note, I'm gonna go ahead and just go. Looks like this room was pointless. Wait a minute. What if I'm gonna go ahead and kneel down, pick up the bed sheets a little bit, and just like look underneath the bed, see if there's just anything down there.
You do see like you would see in the wardrobe, like the noble's clothing. You see a pair of shoes like in the would wear as well.
Okay.
As well as a
corpse. No. I'm just kidding.
What?
That's like a corpse. No, I'm just kidding.
No, you find it. No. How to put it? You see a small piece. You see a small piece of paper under the bed, and it is essentially what amounts to like a waiver type thing.
Oh.
It's like a local establishment.
Oh, fuck it. Okay.
You recognize one of the names on the waiver though.
It's the bar, isn't it?
Brothel.
Oh, okay, whatever.
That's what the secret ledger was.
Okay. I guess I'll just kind of roll my eyes and just kind of get on up, start walking out.
Okay. You walk out of the room. Nothing has changed. The space still feels eerily quiet, although you hear like the occasional sounds of the candles.
Now, as I go down the stairs, I will run my hand across the railing, but I will actually just glide down the fucking stairs.
Wow.
I will look like I'm walking, though, but I will just straight down.
You want to just escalator down the stairs?
Basically.
You're not, the leg's not even moving. You're just...
No. I will have them be moving, but I'm not actually stepping on any steps, like putting any weight down.
Okay. You're walking, but you're not actually in the weight. Okay, that's fine. You're not sitting on the stairs, you're on the room isn't dark anymore, actually.
Yes, but I would assume the stairwell would be at the very least.
Like halfway through it is. Like there's like a torch on top of the stairs.
Okay, never mind. I guess I'll just walk then. I guess it doesn't matter. I'll just be mindful for my step.
If the stairwell was dark, it'd be really hard to use the damn stairs.
I guess. Going up,
Um,
maybe not, but going down, yeah.
Yeah. None of the stairs break this time. You're able to. Fucking activity. Anyway.
Oh, did the activity pause?
Yeah, pause doing activity real fast.
Great.
Oh, it's fine now.
Okay, good. Okay, because mine didn't. Mine was fine.
Yeah. So you get to the bottom of the stairs. Do you go downstairs?
Yeah, we're gonna go down to the cellar. I am going to go ahead and mind my step the entire way down.
Alright. None of the stairs break this time. One or two of them might creak a little, so you kind of flinch, be like, don't break, don't break, don't break. But luckily, none of them break. You reach the bottom, you reach the door, and it's a fairly hefty door, a metal reinforced door.
Nice. I raise my hand, shattering bomb.
I will tell you, it was actually locked and barricaded from the
Bam.
inside.
Boosh.
You
I'll
blast.
probably go ahead and jiggle the handle, see that it's locked, just raise my hand, place it against the metal, and just with a little
I was
inch,
just
boosh.
knowing you're like, okay, this is the last room, fuck it, boof, and blast the door open.
Yeah, basically just send it.
It seems like a fairly normal wine cellar until you notice one of the back walls. The door is like the wall has been broken down and like a tunnel has been dug.
Okay. Is there any candle sconces in here? I would assume so.
Yeah.
Snap my fingers, thaumaturgy.
Okay, they're lit up. You can hear some noises from the tunnel.
We're gonna make our way over.
Okay, you go into the tunnel.
I'm gonna grip my staff handily as I prepare myself for what is to come. Getting into more of a defensive stance as we make our way starting through the tunnel. I would assume at this point everyone else is like drawing their swords and like readying themselves as well.
Yes, everyone's all nice and ready up for combat. You walk into the tunnel. It's immediately like a left bend, like a left turn, and it opens up to a much larger, like cavern type thing that had been all dug out. And you see just what seems to have been like the most of the mercenaries, and then some creatures made of just pure like stone and dirt that's been infected with that same black liquid you saw all that time ago. Now just standing on their own as if they were people. You can see the missionaries tied up in the middle. Oh, because it's telling activities, which that one. That's fine.
Okay.
And this music, that was a music switch.
Hits different. All right.
Yeah, it's the creepy shit anyway. And yeah, I wish you bad music in a second. It's fine.
Oh, fair enough.
You see the missionaries tied up, and you see one of the mercenaries having much more extravagant gear than the rest, wielding a large hammer. He sees you, and in just an unholy voice, yells something akin to intruder, as all of them prepare their weapons and rush towards you.
You said how many of them were there?
It's a mob. It's quite a lot of them.
Okay.
It's quite a large cavern.
So there's a bunch of like. So just to reiterate what the room looks like, it's basically a cavern filled with mushy corpses of black ichor and corrupted mercenaries.
Yeah, like stone and dirt. They're basically golems.
Okay, so the mercenaries themselves are basically golems.
Well, there's the mercenaries and there's golems.
Oh, okay.
Like they're not mushy corpses. They're essentially golems of like
of black
hard
ichor and shit. Yeah.
Yeah.
I understand.
Okay. And they all come rushing.
And it's just basically an empty cavern otherwise.
Huh? Oh yeah, but it's an empty cavern with just them. I would say there's the missionaries are tied up, and then there is a.
Oh, the missionaries are actually here. Holy shit! Well, that's impressive.
Yeah,
okay.
the missionaries are there and they're tied up.
Okay.
And they have a circle, like a magic circle of some sort, drawn under them.
Of course they do.
In that same black liquid.
Actually, in that perfection of understanding, what do I notice about that
it is
magic circle?
It's a sacrificial ritual that will sacrifice their lives and their souls to empower something.
Okay. So... And is it theurgy or low magic?
Theurgy. Also, I would say besides empowering, it seems to have also like some kind of relay type thing.
Does it look like it's automatic
Active?
right now, or active, or what?
It hasn't been activated yet.
It hasn't been activated yet. Does any of the individuals around here look like they'd be capable of activating it?
It seems that the circle isn't fully prepared yet.
Oh, thank God. Okay. Inside that case, all right then. I guess prepare ourselves for combat. Are they going first, or are we going first?
Roll me dex.
Sure.
They're going first.
Damn, by one.
Yeah, I almost got that one.
Shame. Okay.
That wrong stat block. I'm not gonna fuck you over with fucking that stat block just yet.
Oh, it's okay.
So, how was your positioning?
So basically, as we enter into the room, I have myself in the very front, Cole and Ezrath to my sides, and probably Steve either right behind me or right adjacent to me.
Smelling your divine power, they immediately rush. Well, we say you have Cole and Ezrath next to you, right?
Yep.
Oh, they're gonna attack all of you then. Because, mobs can attack anyone that's touching them.
I didn't think we were touching them quite yet. Oh, they're rushing up and then attacking. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
They're basically just swarming us. Okay.
Yeah. So, first things first, Ezrath. 3 AC.
Miss. Miss. Who's that on?
Ezrath.
Oh, they have hella attacks. Okay.
They have 3 attacks.
Okay.
So they are going to be attacking each of you 3 times.
And how big is the mob? Is it small,
It's quite
medium?
large. It's fast.
It's vast? So this is a big ass cavern.
Yeah, and they're quick packed in too. Yeah. And once though, and it's normal damage, so Ezrath takes 1 damage.
Ooh, okay.
It's been a while since I actually thrown something at you that wasn't straight damage.
It's true.
Oh, also, Ezrath actually has more HP this time.
Yeah, I know.
Because leveled up. Yeah. They don't normally gain HP when they level up, though. Oh god, dude. If you give Ezrath the fucking ring that gives him more HP per level, oh my god.
Yeah. Yeah. I actually kind of plan on it.
Oh my god. Yeah, go ahead if you want to.
I won't yet, but I do plan. Well, it's the glove. It's not a ring, it's the glove.
Oh, it's the glove. True.
So I don't plan on doing that necessarily, because it's the
Yeah.
special glove. But because I think you're confusing the ring of protection.
Yeah, what do I forgot it was I forgot it was a glove. That's all. Anyway, so they rush up to you. Ezreal first, he wields his blade. The first one strikes. First you strike at him, he dodges back, bringing the sword onto his shoulder. Second one stabs at him, he blocks it with the hilt of his sword. And the third one is able to stab him right in the side. And you see him just grin at the army. As you see his blood start to coagulate, as whenever he takes damage, he does fray dice damage.
Yup.
And he does... And I would say this is also normal, or straight damage because of how his strife works. So they take 6 damage.
Nice.
As his blood just spikes out. Spearing all the ones who are nearby him.
So he just does fray dice whenever they attack him?
Whenever he takes damage. So if all 3 of those had hit, he would do fray dice damage on all of it.
Nice.
Yeah, he's fucking terrifying.
And he has 2d8, right?
No, 1d4, 1d6.
Oh, okay.
They're not as strong as normal fray dice, that's the only thing. Yeah. But it's still a lot of damage.
That's not bad. Not bad.
Yeah.
Good work.
It could be up to... It's actually better than a d8. Yeah, it's
yeah,
better than
it
D8.
is. Yeah.
Better minimum, better maximum.
True.
And if you get something that doesn't take it straight, then he still does more damage because it'll be up to minimum of well.
Regardless,
better
since it's
maximum.
it's rolled straight.
Yep, because it's a mob.
because it's a
So
mob,
he's
yeah.
rolling straight here. Yeah.
So yeah,
So he just
that's 6.
Pierces a bunch of them through. Yep. And that is the. Oh, actually, no, not the other turn yet. You're next. 3 AC, right?
Yep. At least Cole has shield. And I have vampiric touch. I'll be fine. This hit.
8
Wow,
damage.
Holy shit, dude.
They don't have that. They don't do that much damage. What the fuck? They rolled almost max on both of those.
I know. I can tell.
Damn.
Fucking Christ, man. That's wild. All right.
It's because you were talking shit.
Apparently, Jesus Christ. But too bad. I'm gonna decimate them. Because keep in mind, these are lesser foes, right?
Yes, they are.
Yeah, I'm gonna do like 18 damage.
Fair enough.
She's up gonna
So-
go for 9, so I'm fine.
One brings its sword up high, slashes down. You block it with your non-skeletal hand. The blade digging into your arm, drawing a bit of blood. A second one strikes, but you're able to grab its blade with your bony hand, stopping it in its tracks. But a third strike hits you in the left part of your stomach with a stab. Not doing... all attacks doing a decent bit of damage to you. How much HP do you have left?
I have 18. I'm fine.
Okay.
Like I'm perfectly fine.
You're in pain, like it hurts a decent bit, but you're not dying yet or anything.
No.
Next is Cole. Also with 3 AC now.
Let's
Surprised you
pop
never-
that shield. Let's go.
Surprised we never gave him an actual shield.
You know, I could have, but he's a mage.
He could use a shield, fine.
I guess.
He does have a staff, so you just use a shield to be fine.
He's
Anyway,
proficient though.
he's proficient. He's a sorcerer, not a wizard.
He isn't
But
proficient.
anyway,
Miss, let's go. Miss, let's go.
come on, you boy, come on.
Miss, let's go. So all of them are just attacking his shield. He just has one hand up. Just.
He doesn't even give
yup.
them that respect. He's just standing there, and they all just start pounding on the shield as he just stands there staring at them. Also, can you make me a hardiness check?
Myself? Yeah.
Overwhelm. Say yes. Make me a check.
Fail. Barely.
Would you like to guess how much damage they do on an overwhelm?
How much?
A D20.
Of course. Straight damage? Is that straight damage?
I'm gonna say it's not straight
Are you?
damage.
No, bro. Is that supposed
It's
to be straight?
not. It doesn't say. It does not say it is.
Well, then it's not. Then it's not straight because it hasn't specified.
That's why I'm just gonna say it's not and not look any further because that's fucking
4
mental.
damage, dude. That's wild.
I would say against another mob, it'll be straight. Actually, I can't be using bombs. I'm just gonna say it's non-straight and just go on my way
Well,
with
it wouldn't be straight unless it says unless it specifically says straight. So
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
that would just be 4 damage because it would be more or less reliably 4 damage on average, which is still good.
For asking, I'm gonna check now.
You don't have to check.
It's like, please don't check.
Well, it's not
I don't
even
want
please
to
don't check. It's just
instantly die.
as long as you know what the description is, you should be fine. 'Cause you did write down the description.
Well, overwhelm is just a general ability.
I guess.
Actually, no. I actually got the thing wrong because normally I thought it was supposed to be in hardening. Oh no, because this one's actually different for this one. This one's actually an evasion save instead of a hardiness save.
Oh.
Everywhere else it's a.
Still failed.
Okay, it doesn't
By
matter.
1.
Because everywhere else it's a hardiness save for overwhelm, but here it isn't. It depends on what kind it is. Yeah, it doesn't say if it's a. Yeah.
Yeah.
It
So
doesn't say it's straight.
yeah,
So
that wouldn't be straight. So yeah,
Okay.
there we go. 4 damage. All right. That's
Okay.
its turn.
yes.
I'm going to rip the fucking blades out of my bot. Like, I'm gonna go ahead and move my arm back, grab the fucking blade with my staff and just push it back to get it out of me. As I grab my stomach, letting go of my staff, I just go ahead and flick my arm as I cast Vampiric Touch. Whoosh! Straight on over. As I'm going to just kind of dash straight forward as I just cleave, clawing individual after individual, just ripping them to shreds.
Is it auto hit?
It's an auto hit because it, wait, I think it's auto hit. Hold on one second.
I remember being auto max damage.
I know it's max damage. Hold on one second. Let me, because I think it's because of, no, maybe not. No, okay, I'm sorry. No, I'm right. I'm not right. It's just max damage. So let me go ahead and so yeah, they always roll the maximum possible. So I do have to actually roll an attack roll. One second. What's
4 AC? 4.
Wow. Holy shit, that's a 4 die on a d20. Wow, that's crazy. Okay, guess I'm taking damage next turn. Regardless, as I basically just kind of try clawing through them, hitting nothing but the fucking, like, their weapons and whatnot, I'm just gonna take a step back, ball up my hand, push my hand forward, and then just send out a volley of just straight up black lightning straight towards the horde. That's 8 damage. Very nice.
Yep.
Straight 8 damage. Just bam. Lightning.
They're getting close to half HP.
Yeah, it is necrotic damage, but still.
They're not immune to it. I think it's fine. Alright.
That is my
Next
turn.
Is your boy... Ooh, should Ezreal go or should Cole go? You know, since Cole has not given a single flying fuck about these guys... Oh yeah. Yeah, sure, go ahead. He's auto hit, just roll damage.
Steve's gonna raise his fucking hands as by the way, do keep in mind, Steve, Ezreal, and Cole all have +1.
Mm-hmm.
Because of the Eyes Above. Plus they also have +1 HP, so keep that in mind. Keep that in mind. So what he's gonna do is he's gonna go ahead and raise both of his hands up, knocking the fucking cloak back, as he just takes 2 hands and rips them straight upwards, like kind of like claw hands, and just kind of at 90 degrees just raises them up as multiple long tendrils of just spiny hands reach on up, grab, and rip chunks out from their victims. 9 damage. 9 damage.
Damn, dude. He does so much fucking damage.
You do. Just ripping, like, flesh straight from the bone, reaching up to the golems, grabbing legs, ripping them off. And, yeah, that is his auto-hit attack, and he doesn't have anything else he can do, so that's gonna be his turn. So, I guess then it's Cole and Ezreal.
So Cole goes. See, Cole just simply snaps his fingers.
Yep.
As you see a blade made of fire appear.
Yep.
So I'm just fixing some of his spell slots real quick.
Oh, you're fine.
Yeah, okay. I messed it up real fast. I don't know why I did one on one. He's 2 level 2s. There we go. As a weapon appears next to him. It's a spear made of pure fire.
Oh, okay. What spell is this, by the way?
Spiritual weapon.
Ah.
Yep.
I guess this is a bonus action, yes?
You don't have those here, fuck off.
It's called a free action.
You know what, actually I could do that, honestly.
Yeah, you could, as a free action.
Yeah,
once
fuck
per
it.
turn.
Sure, yeah. That's basically just free dice, yeah.
Yeah, actually, it would be a bit to hit Frey dice.
Yeah, more damage, but less.
Less chance of
He
it.
needs to attack. Yep, so he attacks with the blades. Oh, 17th with a +1, but still missed.
Ah, damn.
You see the spear flies into the crowd. They kind of dash out of the way, and one blocks with a shield. It flies back to his side. As he raises a hand, 3 bolts of fire appear. As he wordlessly just simply casts.
A 66 straight damage. Let's go. Man, the overpowered nature of using this spellcasting system is crazy. 6, 7, 8, 9, 9 plus 11. That's 20 damage.
Fucking Christ.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I would have done damn near the same amount of damage. I would have just fucking hit.
No, actually. You do 3d6 damage on a hit, right?
Maxed. Yeah, so 18.
Oh, true.
18.
Yeah. How does it make you feel that he is doing more damage? That he can do more damage than you in a turn?
Theoretically, he can, but he can't do it consistently.
True.
Like, I
Wait,
could
sure?
one-shot anyone in this party.
How much damage is it?
3d6.
And how much damage did he do?
Oh, he did 20 damage.
Sure.
6,
Oh,
7,
yeah.
8, 9 plus 11.
Don't you mean 22 because the Hellfire Staff?
Oh, fuck you right. Fuck you right. Yeah. Just 2 large beams of fucking fire. Let's go.
He just carves out. Like, it's below half now, easily. As he just ended a mass amount of them. Like, you see him kind of cackling as they dodge the spear. He just raises his hand. 1 bolt flies above their heads. Blasts against the wall. I think we roll,
Structural damage? Oh,
No, I'm just saying it had the effect of it hitting the wall. He
Oh.
throw it quite high. And you see it just melts part of the wall as it just leaks down like lava. As you see them all just, oh fuck. As you just blast into them, melting down a large part of the horde. Azeroth, done with everyone's shit, looks at the horde of enemies, prepares his blade, as he does 5 more fucking Frey dice damage.
Yup.
And he is going to prepare his weapon using an effort.
You know what's funny, though, James? I can always just steal Azeroth's weapon whenever I want.
But why?
I'm just saying, I think it's funny. You know, if for some reason he ever betrayed me, I could just go Lamau XD, reaches into portal, steals his weapon out of sand. You know? I don't know. I thought it'd be interesting. Sword word, a little stupid, but you know.
It is a little bit stupid, yeah.
That's why you always grasp your enemy's weapon.
Holy shit!
Nice. 16 damage. Let's go. Nice.
Do you know what's about to happen to them?
Doesn't he have to roll to hit?
No! No, it's an auto hit.
What?
There's no save for it either.
That's an auto hit attack. Wait, what do you mean? Is it like just towards mobs or lesser foes?
Mobs and lesser foes.
Oh
it's
my
all mobs and lesser foes within 50 feet. Take that
Holy
damage.
shit! Is that like a strife?
Yes.
Oh my god! Which one is it?
It's the Drowning Tide one.
Oh, that's it.
He's had
That's what
this.
it is.
There-
Oh, okay,
Remember?
cool.
We talked about this ability before when we first got it.
I was making sure you didn't add another weird one.
No, he just has had that, and it's really good. It's better now because it's an extra D8 of damage.
Nice.
They're dead. So, as half of them are gone, the ground around them has become lava. As Azeroth just slams the ground, cleaves the ones in front of him, as water conjures around his blade, extending its reach, as he just slashes through all of them, all the remaining ones, cooling
Isn't this
the lava.
incredibly dangerous for the individuals we're here to save?
That's why he's cooling lava now. So now it's all good.
I'm surprised none of those attacks killed the fucking killed.
They're at the back of the room. They're at the back of the room.
Still, dude, that's wild. All right. Okay.
They're at the back and a little bit to the side, so they're not really in the direct firing line. Don't worry.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
But yeah, they're dead. And now I'm realizing, holy shit, Azeroth does a lot of damage
To
to
mobs?
hordes.
Yes.
He
Yes,
didn't
that's
even attack.
literally his one job. He's
really good at
mobs
it.
in particular. Yes.
Give him Wizard's Wrath, and he's gonna be a menace.
He could take it. He could take it.
He can, yes. Next time he
Yeah.
levels up, he's gonna get it, and he's gonna become a fucking god.
Yeah. Yes. Yes, he'll be able to apply it to all of his Frey Dice things. He'll be able to apply it to greater foes, and he will be a 1v1 monster.
He'll become a monster against fucking anything.
Yes. That doesn't kill him outright. Yeah.
Give him a fucking health ring, and he's gonna be even more powerful.
Yes.
Because you have way more speed than a fucking hero should have. Anyway. So they're all dead, what do you do now?
You want to change the music?
Yeah, I'm getting back to the activity now.
So after seeing them cool everything back down, I'm going to take a look at both of them and go, next time we're here fighting a bunch of foes, please, don't do this much structural damage and general mayhem, boys.
They both kind of nod at you, like, I'm sorry.
As he kind of points towards the individuals we're here to save, they could have been in so much danger. I'm
They
going to
nod
place
again.
my hand over my stomach again as I'm just like, and please, you could have left at least one of them. One of them. Two of them, maybe. I would have appreciated that, but nevertheless. Alright, let's get this moving. As I'm going to go ahead and just start walking over. Because I'm still very wounded. Because I could not heal myself. I'm at half health. But nevertheless, I am going to go ahead and head on over to the group of missionaries. Are they all awake or are they all like passed out on the floor?
Pass out.
Okay. I'll take a look over at all of them. Are they all like just priests, like priest-style missionaries, or okay?
You see, like, one of them might have like a frog on his hip, like he might have had some kind of warrior training, but generally they're all just pretty basic, just normal missionaries.
I'm gonna look over at them and go, all right, it doesn't look like any of them are in actual danger as of yet. Steve, go ahead and free them and load them onto the cart. I'll be outside.
He nods as he uses his magic to cut the ropes apart.
I'm gonna go ahead and shamble my way outside.
Alright. A few minutes later, between Steve and the other two, they bring up all the missionaries. So there's about 10 of them there. They load them in the cart.
Yep.
Safely.
Technically I could use Vampiric Touch on a golem. I could heal myself up for that amount.
I mean, it's a lot of time to waste on that, but sure, you can do it if you want.
It is.
You're absorbing the energy from the golem, like the theurgic energy to heal yourself.
Yes.
Mhm.
And I could do that. I don't think he would. So I'm just gonna go ahead and sit in the back of the cart and just kind of like prop myself up against one of the corners and just kind of wait for them to load everyone up.
Alright, yeah, everyone gets nicely loaded up. What do you do now?
I'm gonna go ahead and let's see here. He doesn't.
Do you want to just go back to the tavern, pay for a room until they all wake up? Or are you just gonna wait in the cart until everyone wakes up naturally?
You know what? I'm gonna go ahead and go to the back of the alley. I'm gonna have them pull the cart. Well, I'm assuming the cart was pulled, like, backed up into the alley.
Yeah.
So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go ahead and summon, like, Once they're all loaded up, I'm gonna step on out. Can I actually go ahead and medicine check myself and like go ahead and just try patch up the wound so it's not as like so my guts aren't like spilling out?
Well, yeah, you can. I would say like generally like it's not able to like heal you up any, but like
Mend my wounds so I don't
yeah,
fucking bleed out.
not bleeding. I was gonna say Cole, due to his priestly training, he is able to kind of wrap your wounds to some degree, make sure you're not gonna bleed out or anything.
I mean, I would have appreciated him casting a fucking spell, but
It literally would not help at all.
Why?
Mortal healing doesn't work on Godbound.
Are you kidding me? Bro, no. God damn it. Fuck.
I'm gonna say health absorption effects are fine. Like if he had like life transference would work.
Yeah, but that's necromantic magic that heals you. It's not like a healing spell.
Yeah. It's a specifically like if you had like a health potion, it wouldn't work on you either.
Oh, that's gross.
Mm-hmm. That's why he has so much more HP than everyone else.
That's gross. All right. So what do you want me to roll something, or do you want to just say it happens because he does it?
It's fine. He can do it.
Okay. So once I'm patched up enough to move, I'm going to go ahead and step on out of the cart. Go ahead and wave my hand in a fucking circle and rip a fucking portal open. As I look over at the golems and say, go ahead and pull them back through.
The golems nod and slowly pull the cart through. You see the priests there. They see the cart getting pulled in with the missionaries. One of them nods and looks at you and says, "Do you mean to inform your father of their safe passage? And are you coming back through?"
I'm going to go ahead and look over at him and go, I have business to attend to here. But tell my father I'll be back soon.
The priest nods to you before writing some stuff down and hustling off.
And once the cart passes through the gate, I'm going to grab the edges and close it back up.
All right.
Because that will cost me a effort to do so, because it's a theurgy. But that's for the scene, and then we're just gonna basically hop on horseback, and we're gonna head on up towards the hillside. We're gonna go ahead and head out of town, head up towards the hillside.
Are you following the path?
Mm-hmm. Yep.
You come across a small camp. Basically, like a border has been made. You see, sigils have been drawn on the ground. They're glowing with power. It seems that the entire place was sealed off from the outside with magic.
Oh, nice.
Bussy, you get to the camp though, and you're stopped by a paladin who looks at you and goes, "Halt! It's not safe ahead. What is your business here?"
I'm gonna go ahead and look over at him and go, I am thinking back to myself for a split second, thinking like, okay, well, blanks aren't feared here. I'm gonna go ahead and look at him and go, I'm a friend. I'm a blank from the Theocracy of Glar. I'm here to take care of your little demonic situation that's going on over here.
You see him relax when you said that. Thanks. He seemed like he mumbled himself under his breath as like a word of thanks, essentially, to not you, but thanking the goddess. Someone finally came to help. We've been guarding this place and trying to keep anything from getting in or out for a little while now, but we just simply do not have the power to cleanse this place. We've sent in parties, but none of them come back out. Anyway, I'll lead you to the captain. Follow me.
He nods. Trots along.
One of the paladins comes out and stands guard as he leads you in. He leads you to one of the larger tents. You can see inside a little bit. You see like a table with like a map set up. You hear some arguing. What do you do?
I'm gonna go ahead and so there's a tent and a bunch of people arguing at it.
Mm-hmm.
At like a map inside the middle of it, you said?
Yeah, this is like a strategy room.
So I'm gonna hop off the horseback, wincing a little bit as I get off, but not letting it show.
Mm-hmm.
As I go ahead and head off of it, I'm gonna go ahead and do like one of those little head rolls to like, come on. As I basically just kind of wave my hand up as the staff flies out of the holder on the horse and flies into my hand as I stick it in my waist. As then I just begin walking up to the tent with like everyone flanking behind me.
Okay. So you walk in, you see, everyone arguing. You see about 3 people arguing. One of them, it's very obviously a paladin with gilded armor. The other 2 seem to be just like, no one's a priest, and then the last one seems like a normal person. They don't notice you guys are too busy just arguing with each other. The one in the gilded armor is in front of you, facing away.
What are they what are they saying back and forth? I'm gonna stand there for just a minute, just hearing a snippet of their conversation, so I get a situation on whose party is who, like whose side of the argument is whose.
The one in plain clothing seems to be they're arguing over what to do with the castle. The one in plain clothing is saying to bring together all the forces that we have that we can spare and throw them at the problem until it's solved. No matter how many bodies it takes.
Ooh.
The priest is saying to ask for assistance to hopefully contain and destroy it. And the paladin is also agreeing with the priest to ask for outside assistance to help because they don't physically have the power to fix the problem.
I'm gonna just like walk up to the table, like kind of doing one of those like, type of looks where kind of like holding your elbow, kind of, and then having your arm kind of like up and
a thinker pose.
Yeah, a thinker pose. Just kind of walk on up, look down at the table, wait till they notice me. So I'm just kind of looking for a good point of interjection into the conversation as I'm just looking down at the map, surveying the land while they're bitching and complaining.
The priest kind of looks over as you walk in, does a double take and goes, excuse me, what are you doing here? They're to stop and look at you.
I'm gonna drop my arms and go, oh, sorry. How rude of me. I am Draven Gideon. I am a blank from the the Theocracy of Gla. I am here to assist you all in this little problem you've all found yourselves in. I figured the assistance would help foster a bond between our 2 people.
They both look at you. You see the paladin kind of lights up a bit as he's like, Luchin goes, I didn't think request for aid was sent, so I'm glad you're here. We can really use the help.
He's gonna look at him and go, there wasn't. I was in the area and I heard a bit about it, and I figured as a good Samaritan and a neighbor, I would help. I seem to have the power that you may need. You see, we both have somewhat heard of the atrocities of the Southern Empire.
They nod to you.
I am the one who pushed back the front lines on behalf of my own theocracy. I am here to solve your problem for you.
The paladin looks at you with, a bright look. We're very grateful for your assistance. I'm not sure what we could give besides an alliance, but, well, to you personally at least, for coming here and helping us of your own volition. But I'm sure we can look for something within the church's treasury that would,
No need. Consider this a token of goodwill from my master to yours. From one god to another, I feel like this would be good diplomatic relations. A good olive branch, one could say. I will, however, need just a mere token of manpower. Maybe 1 or 2 errand boys to come with me.
Are you gonna kill them for HP?
Oh, you fucking bet your sweet ass I will! I give 0 shits about this country. I'm doing this purely on a basis of fostering relations. quote unquote, but okay. Personally, Draven sees a god of mercy as pathetic, weak. So he gives no shits. He's doing this purely for face.
Well, that's the thing about God of Mercy. They're usually very powerful in terms of defensive abilities.
Well, yes, but if they're just casual errand boys, they're not just gonna be blessed.
True. No, I'm saying generally, like that's why they're useful, kind of thing, you know.
Well, yes, but then again, he doesn't. He's never seen one in like
True.
work, so
in combat. Yeah.
He's this jaded, like, not understanding really kind of situation.
Especially not asking for like cattle. I mean, they would have probably some like level of livestock around.
It's not the first thing that came to his mind.
Oh, okay. And he looks at you and goes, "What do you need errand boys for?"
Well, you see, if number one, perchance I need to send news back, there you are. I can send someone who can retreat quickly. Number two, what I can also do is have someone to carry any miscellaneous items I need. I cannot take my horses the entire way over there, given how dangerous the circumstances.
He's gonna kind of nod to you and go, we don't think we have that many messengers here. And looks over and goes,
Do you happen to have a mule by chance then, inside that case? I can make do with that if nothing else. I'll just make a golem.
oh, he's gonna nod to you and go, yeah, we have plenty of spare mules and horses and such if you need them.
He's gonna nod and go, a mule and, I guess some remedial supplies, maybe a flask of water, maybe a ration or so should do just fine.
Nods again. Quick writes himself on a piece of paper. Calls in one of the soldiers that was outside. Gives him the paper and he runs off to go fetch the supplies.
Because he was like, well, I'll just slaughter them and blame it on the enemy. But if I can't get an errand boy, fine, I'll just take an animal. Whatever.
Yeah, this wouldn't exactly have a whole lot of
he's not
boys.
pressed about it. He's just like, but either way, he's gonna go. Nevertheless. So, what are we looking at so far? I already feel the evil that's going on here. I sense already the direness of the situation, but what intel do we have?
Well, we've sent a few search parties in there. And one extermination mission, which ended in failure. From what we know, it wasn't summoned, it was a hole in the night road opened, bathing the entire place in an evil energy. As we built a protective barrier around the place as fast as possible, and we turned away any tourists. So far what we know is there's at least one contingent of some strange golems in there. And the god itself is the parasite god itself is quite powerful.
I'll be able to take care of it. You see, I've already taken over and dominated some of its magical artifacts that it itself had touched. I'll be alright. I've already done my own Mina investigation before I came here, which led me to this place. Do not worry, I didn't step on any legal bounds. I sensed the danger walking into town on my own professional business. Figured I'd sniff around the place, do some due diligence, some civic duty, and see if there was any, positions I could help in, of course. And it seems this is exactly the kind of trouble that I have been looking for, you could say. And
He nods to you, puts a hand out, and goes, well, thank you for assisting us. It's greatly appreciated.
He nods.
And I hope to work with you more in the future.
I'll shake his hand as I'm like, likewise. All I ask in return, of course, since this is a peace offering, all I want is an audience with I suppose, the most powerful person I can get a hold of, so I can foster relations between our country and yours.
You see him nod his chest and give you a smirk. He goes, I think I can work something out for you.
All right then. So I'm gonna look down at the map as I kind of just trace a pathway down to where where it kind of looks like all the commotion is.
Mm-hmm.
Would this path suffice?
Yes, all the paths around here lead in. Will leads the keep on the hill.
And the keep is indeed, just for confirmation, that is where the parasite god is currently holding up in residence?
Yes, and its influence is spreading from there.
Excellent, I'll exterminate it. Do you, perchance, care what happens to the keep? I understand preferably keep it standing, but you must understand if push comes to shove and things get dicey, I may not be able to save its structure integrity.
Oh no, it's quite alright. It wasn't particularly a historical piece or anything like that. We just didn't feel the need to demolish it.
I understand. He nods. I understand. Alright then, I'll be on my way. As he just kind of turns around and starts walking on out.
Okay. The mule's there with little side saddles of some supplies, as well as a handful of potions too.
We'll start
for your mortal companions.
We'll start walking up there as I divvy out the potions, and I just take the lead of the mule and start walking up there. We'll just leave the horses here. It's not that big a deal.
And you just gut the mule and eat its
Like
HP?
halfway there, yeah.
Okay.
I'll basically just take it off into some side brush, slaughter it graphically, with one quick
honestly,
slash, and be done with it.
You could have just said, "Hey, I need to absorb its HP," and they would have been like, "Okay." Yeah, you're because the paladin there would have been like, "Oh yeah, you're from God of Necromancy. Oh yeah, that's fine, whatever."
Yeah, but I don't want to be obscene or like put a bad taste.
True.
In my So plus 9, I'm damn near at max. Oh, I'm at 23. That's close enough.
So I might leave the actual going towards the thing for next time because the headache has been growing stronger, and a lot of what we've been doing has been improv. And so I didn't need to read very much at all, but the rest is very reading heavy and very combat heavy, where I have to have my eyes open a lot, and I don't.
Do you want to just come back and do a episode 5.2 later on this week?
Sure, that works. Because it'll only be like the rest of this, yeah, so it'll only be like an hour or so.
Maybe if you want to prep a little bit extra this week.
I will. Yeah, prep a little extra for it.
We can do like an extended episode 5, you know what I mean?
It'll be like the audience afterwards and stuff like that. Yeah. The diplomacy and everything.
Yeah, that'd work. Okay. So in that case, boys, I guess thank you guys so much for the wonderful time. I know today's been really scuffed, to be said the least.
To be fair, my eyes feel like they're gonna die.
You're fine. You're fine. You're not feeling great. It's perfectly fine. So we'll go ahead and put a pin in this. I will keep you guys updated over on the Discord if you guys want to go ahead and join that. It is right below the stream. You guys can do so, or if you guys go ahead and do !Discord in chat, and it's currently in the Twitch chat right now. If you guys want to join that, feel absolutely free to get updates as to when we do the next part of this episode later on inside the week. I would assume probably early, a little bit early on Saturday, more than likely. I don't know.
Sure.
Yeah.
Well, actually, no. This is the time I get back. Remember, I have a funeral. I have a funeral to go to.
True. Apologize. We'll figure something. I'll keep you guys updated over on Discord. But thank you all so much for stopping by. Of course, I am Vossel DMG. For any of you who may be watching the VOD and may not know for whatever reason, I am a D&D themed Demigod Oni VTuber. We do lots of different games through here, as well as play Godbound and other TTRPGs occasionally. I myself am a professional dungeon master, and apparently from my community, a sussy funny Oni man. So feel free to hop on over to twitch.tv/Vostel_DMG if you're watching over on YouTube, and come join the community where we have lots of fun through here. And my lovely DM up here is James, aka Lich of Headpats. You can find him.
I give pats.
You can find him over at twitch.tv/lichofheadpats if you want to go ahead and talk about yourself for absolutely free.
I mean, I just play a variety of games. I'm slowly turning into just a Godbound streamer, apparently, which I don't mind, as I am the one in existence.
Yeah, basically, not literally, but basically, we are the only VTuber Godbound game that I am aware of.
I think in
And
terms
I'm
of
aware.
just streaming Godbound, I think we're the only ones.
No, we're not, but we are the.
We're
no.
not.
I think currently, at this very moment, as of recording,
Yeah.
we are. But I'm not sure, and I don't want to be quoted on that. But I'm pretty
True,
sure,
true.
I'm almost certain we're the only VTuber Godbound game.
Yeah. I would say though, I like bringing some more attention to the niche game. I do
yeah.
love Godbound. It's fun. I felt like we gave it a. I felt like the last time we played Godbound, the whole thing was a little scuffed, which I take like 50% of the blame for making that game difficult to balance for. Vol takes the other half the blame. But yeah, it's been a
I've been
good
really
time.
enjoying this because we've had a lot of D&D elements. Not necessarily taking from D&D, but taking a lot of D&D-esque elements.
Yeah, like
as
if push came to shove and the whole open game license thing went through and
'cause that
everything,
is
if we
current
had
topic.
to change it. Well, actually, it's no longer an issue anymore. Then they rescinded it.
Kinda. It's still
Yeah,
very depending on who you ask.
fair.
Yeah.
I thought they sent an apology letter and shit like that. Or like, no,
They
we're
did
not doing
too.
it anymore.
They sent two.
Two of them. Okay.
But regardless, we're not here to talk about that.
If push came to shove and we had to switch away from using D&D stuff, we could always use another system for Magic and shit like that. So.
It doesn't matter. I mean, regardless, we're not
Exactly.
taking the exact D&D stuff. All we'd have to do is maybe
True.
change some names, but that's about it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Um,
Anyway, though, it's been a really good time.
Yep, so we're going to go ahead and head on out. We'll see you guys later this week for Godbound episode 5.2. We'll see you guys later. Bye, guys.